you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. Fuck all that gang shit, I'm making sure my daughter's fed. Gotta lead by example, listen to what mama said. Nigga, I'm a different breed, I will give an arm and leg. Give my kids everything, no care for cost of arm or leg. I'ma shoot until I'm the leading scorer like LeBron, nigga. I'ma keep going in until my family on, nigga. Even after that, I'm getting paper till it's gone, nigga. Cutting every tree down, if this ain't what you want, nigga, gotta stay away from me. Living off the bitch just ain't for me. But where your ass was at when I was drowning? Not a peep. I'm the type to cut you off and won't lose no sleep, cause the only sound I wanna hear is I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. You don't understand, I was broke, eating chili out of can. Have you ever risked it all and still couldn't save a band? I was down bad, to the point I sold my stamps. Every door closed on me, didn't give me my chance. Tell me if you ever ate noodles for a year straight, when it's hard to save money and your bills late. In a pool full of liquor just to feel straight. When I was down on my ass, niggas still hate. Even broke, I still had hope. Now if I disappear, I'm making sure my cash don't. Making sure my kids got something to stand on. Cause all the shit I've been through, I'm built to last long. For real. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million.
Oh man. You know we got to run that back, man. You know we got to run that back. Get up in the building. Get up in the building. We got a good show for y'all. Get up in the building. Send the links out. You know what it is. This is Dr. Hood, DRH19D, if you didn't know. We got to run that back, though.
I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. Fuck all that gang shit, I'm making sure my daughter's fed. Gotta lead by example, listen to what mama said. Nigga, I'm a different breed, I will give an arm and leg. Give my kids everything, no care for cost of arm or leg. I'ma shoot until I'm the leading scorer like LeBron, nigga. I'ma keep going in until my family on, nigga. Even after that, I'm getting paper till it's gone, nigga. Cutting every tree down, if this ain't what you want, nigga, gotta stay away from me. Living off the bitch just ain't for me. But where your ass was at when I was drowning? Not a peep. I'm the type to cut you off and won't lose no sleep, cause the only sound I wanna hear is I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. You don't understand, I was broke, eating chili out of can. Have you ever risked it all and still couldn't save a band? I was down bad to the point I sold my stamps. Every door closed on me, didn't give me my chance. Tell me if you ever ate noodles for a year straight, when it's hard to save money and your bills late. In a pool full of liquor just to feel straight. When I was down on my ass, niggas still hate. Even broke, I still had hope. Now if I disappear, I'm making sure my cash don't. Making sure my kids got something to stand on. Cause all the shit I've been through, I'm built to last long. For real. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million. I swear you ain't felt the pain that I'm feeling when you leave loved ones behind cause they can't touch the ceiling. You'll never understand the type of shit I'm dealing, but I gotta cut some ties before I touch this million.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. We're going to get right into it. We over there at the Team Fatty Show. I was over there for about a couple hours. I don't know how much we're going to get through to this, though. Mixed panel. You know, you got guys that have a lot of dating experience. You got guys that don't have a lot of dating experience. Kendra G thought it would be a good idea to exploit this fella, Jalen. All the Jalens are taking the L today for this. You know what I'm saying? You know, they thought it would be a good idea. You know, that's that Kendra G for you. You dig? But we're gonna get right into it.
Last relationship, honey.
Never been in a relationship, ma'am.
You never been in a relationship?
No, ma'am. It was hard for me to find a woman without being masculine. Sorry I have to say.
It's hard for you to find a woman that. What is masculine women to you?
Kendra, you know what it is. Stop playing games.
What are those qualities?
Not being some loudmouth masculine woman.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You got it down pat. Y'all haters.
Hey, he's starting to loosen up a little bit. You know?
Yeah. You saw he's sitting in a chair now, right? You saw he's going to the mic.
Anyway, if you guys don't know Kendra G, you know, she clearly wants to be the next Kevin Samuels. Her channel has grown ridiculously. She interviews men and women. And she likes to take her shots when she can. A couple dudes took some shots at her. One dude really went off on her. I know she has to still think about this, but she felt it was advantageous to anytime they could take a shot at a man. And I'm not the guy that hates women. You know, if you know me, you know I love women. So I'm not the guy that does that. But you know when Kendra's on that bullshit, just like when you see, you know, a man ask about the weave and, you know, why do you have the weave in, right? And they say, okay, well, I use it for work, or I like to work out, so I don't like to do this, I don't like to do that. But then 365 days later, you see them every single day and they still have the weave on. So something is not adding up. Okay. I think you men need to look at that. Okay. If a woman is going through some type of depression, or she's not comfortable in her own skin, you know, if she's not comfortable the way God made her, that could be some underlining issues going on in her life. I'm not saying all right. Some, not all. I'm not saying all women that wear weaves 365 days, but if we're trying to break this cycle, some men give a fuck about it, some don't. If we want to break this cycle and we want our daughters to be able to walk around with confidence, then who would be better to lead that movement than a woman that is already comfortable in her own? So, you know, I don't want to get into Kendra too much. I already got my video about her, but she takes her chance to clown dudes.
Get a rewind? Can we get a rewind? Can we get a rewind?
Yo, come on, Jalen is getting on his back, bro. I knew he was going to pull a comeback.
Or I have to say,
Gosh, yo.
kids out of wedlock, lock is no kids.
Jalen, when was your last relationship, honey?
Never been in a relationship, ma'am.
Never been in a relationship?
No, ma'am. It was hard for me to find a woman without being masculine. Sorry, I have to say.
It's hard for you to find a woman that. And what is masculine women?
Hey,
to you?
yeah, sorry, I had to say. So, you know, when we're talking about red pill goes wrong, when being red pill goes wrong, when we're talking about that, this is a prime example. This guy, he doesn't have any experience. And I'm not, you know, people could say, you know, whatever. I don't give a shit about his conditions or, you know, if there's any conditions or, you know, whatever, he could play basketball. I don't give a fuck about none of that. All right. I'm just talking about what I'm looking at right here. I'm looking at a man that looks a little socially awkward. And Kendra trying to exploit him, it's not going to help, right? But he's taking all of the manosphere, red pill, Kevin Samuels type of talking points, and he's making a fool out of himself, right? But the good thing is this is the new day and age where making a fool out of yourself is a good thing. You know, if you make a total fool out of yourself, that's actually a good thing. So just be mindful of that.
What are those qualities?
Not being some loudmouth masculine woman.
Shoot him, Jalen.
You get single because all you attract are masculine women?
That's why I said.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hopefully,
He ain't having the gaslighting. He ain't having the gaslighting.
Hey, he's not going to repeat himself.
Oh, shit. This nigga's a blood.
That's what I said.
You know that nigga Stacy? Yeah. That nigga's a blood. This nigga's a blood.
attract are masculine women?
That's why I said.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hopefully, it's not too personal. Are you a virgin?
Oh, see, Kendra, see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, why would she do that? Why would she do that? Kendra G ain't shit, famo. She ain't shit.
Been a virgin for a while, man. So it just really is.
Oh my God! Wow! I know it.
Oh man!
He said he's been a virgin for a while, man.
Come on, Jalen is getting on his back, bro. I knew he was going to pull a comeback.
Or I have to say.
Oh, sure.
Kids out of wedlock, lock is no kids.
Jalen, when was your last relationship, honey?
Never been in a relationship, ma'am.
Never been in a relationship?
No, ma'am. It was hard for me to find a woman without being masculine. Sorry, I have to say.
It's hard for you to find a woman that. And what is masculine women to you? What are those qualities?
Not being some loudmouth masculine woman.
Shoot him, Jalen.
You get single because all you attract are masculine women?
That's why I said.
Right. He's done. He's flustered. I hope he isn't getting a false sense of hope calling Kendra G, right? He's got his microphone and stuff. He, you know, evidently he's got his something going on to where he's podcasting. What I think he was alluding to that at the beginning. You know, I'm not gonna go back. Right. This is a good spot to jump in. You know, me and a few of the fellas was having some good conversations after about this point. But, you know, I had to show Kendra G really, she takes her shots when she wants to. And why that's important is because, when Kevin Samuels was brutally honest about certain situations and certain encounters that he had with people that called into his show, just like this guy, we can't protect him. He called in. Okay. So Kevin Samuels would get a lot of backlash for the way he dissected the situation. That's the way I look at it. Kendra's dissecting this dude, but she understands that dude's, he's not there when it comes to women, at least. I don't know how old he is.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hopefully
he ain't having the gaslighting. He ain't having the gaslighting.
Hey, he's not going to repeat himself.
This nigga the blood.
That's what I said.
You know that nigga Stacy? Yeah, that nigga's the blood. This nigga's the blood.
attract are masculine women?
That's why I said.
Okay, let me ask you this. Hopefully it's not too personal. Are you a virgin?
Okay. I've been a virgin for a while, man. So it just what it is.
Oh my God!
He said he's been a virgin for a while, ma'am. So that's just what it is.
Oh man.
Come on, Jalen, you have to lie, bro.
Jalen, come on, brother.
Jalen, just come on. You're a dating show, Jalen. Just say, yeah, one time on the summer.
Nah,
Are you a virgin?
He did what was right.
Hey, they say Cheeky, you my brother, but they say you false flagging. That's how real virgins act.
You're going to put Cheeky on this shit, Marcus? Come on.
No, I'm reading the chat. The chat said this how a real virgin act. Cheeky false flagging.
This guy almost 30. Ain't no way he's a virgin.
You guys are doing Cheeky dirty, bro.
They say Cheeky a pimp.
Oh, y'all tripping. They saying that's Cheeky.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Damn.
Let's see. Hey,
They going in on the virgins, y'all. If you're a virgin, you might want to keep that shit to yourself, bro. I'm telling you. You might want to keep that to yourself.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me.
I've been a virgin for a while, man. So it just what it is.
So you've never had sex?
That's what he just said.
No, I can't. No, I never did. You know why? Because I can't get no girl pregnant. I can't.
Jalen, are you being serious?
what are we?
I just want to make
I'm
sure.
dead serious. I'm not trolling. I'm dead serious.
So are you waiting for marriage?
Man, it just shows the experience levels of men. Like we're talking about, like this guy's got to be like a 1 when it comes to experience level 1 through 10. Like this guy literally has to be like a 1. I've seen guys that got experience levels, 5 or 6, they do pretty good because, I mean, there's selection out here. There's selection out here. There's trash ass women out here. There's plenty, right? There's plenty of trash ass women out here. But to say you don't have any, you don't have no muffin, no nothing to get up close to every now and then. I'm not saying you got to have in-house. You don't have to have in-house, but you have access at least. And then you got guys like this. He's 5. He looks like he's 5 years away from even getting a small piece of slice. He's in a terrible, terrible spot, when it comes to dating and women. So the experience levels are it's a wide margin, like everybody, and we got to understand that as men that they're going to be guys like this that just do not have the skills. We just can't pass them up thinking that they have the skills. It's not your responsibility, but if you can reach down and give a motherfucker a helping hand, that'll be that. I think they'll appreciate that. This guy, he needs to be around somebody that's going to put him out there. He's scared to get dirty. Somebody put this myth up in his head that, he's going to have sex. He's going to get somebody pregnant. Somebody put that in his head.
for sex?
Yes, ma'am, probably so.
Okay.
Okay, that's commendable.
What are you doing? Are you keep looking and you keep doing something? What are you doing, honey?
I'm not doing nothing.
Okay. All right. So Jalen, why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Just make sure we just build a family, because the black family is being destructive right now. The black family is being destroyed.
So I mean, that was a great answer, but I mean, bro, you're overdosing on the red pill. And now I really understand why Fatty did this stream and why this stream was dead on, because some dudes are overdosing on the red pill. They're not getting the true experience, right? The reason why I gravitated to the red pill, and I wouldn't say I gravitated, but the reason why I tolerated it or whatever, entertained it, looked at it, participated in it, is because, I mean, this was shit I already knew, right? This was shit that I already knew. I already knew not to let a woman run up over you. I already knew that if I let a woman just take control of my finances and run and disrespect me and I knew that I would be a simp. I didn't have to come to YouTube to get that type of information, right? I knew to get out there and conversate with women and talk to women, because there's going to be one, rather if you're in a good relationship or not, like that relationship might not last forever. You might find yourself in a situation to where you actually got to you really got to talk to women, you know, and a lot of these dudes just don't have the skills, you know, but I ain't gonna beat the dead horse. You know, this guy's obviously in the situation that he's in. He spends most of his time, you know, you're going to be good at the shit that you spend most of your time doing. And I'm not saying spend most of your time talking to women. You know, if you got a long drive or you're doing something, you know, you got the earbud. We got all this technology, earbuds. You can hit her up on Instagram. You can hit her up on, you know, have some conversations. Talk, see what they're up to, see what's going on, see what, you know, type of things they like, even if it's just a friendship type of deal, so that you're not so timid. Like, this guy's on level 1 when it comes to dating. So a guy that's a level 5 can easily give this guy some instruction.
That's why I try to get the black family together, but not letting these women have kids out of wedlock in the black community.
He being real as fuck.
And that's why a woman would be lucky to be with you. So she has to look classy, not sloppy, and have no children. What's the age range you would date? You're 27.
Same ages as me, man.
What's that age?
27, 28.
27, 28.
He want a woman the same age as him. You know, like, what the fuck? What the shit? I mean, that's a good answer, I guess. But, bruh, what the fuck? You 27 years old and you are 1 in the dating pool. I'm going to just be honest, bro. He needs to be looking anywhere from, I'll say, about 23 to about 40. I mean, he's a 1. He's a fucking virgin. Right? So he doesn't have time to be picky and all this extra shit. We can sit up on here. You guys can dissect this and say that I'm feeding out false bullshit or whatever you want. But as a motherfucker, if they listen to your motherfucking ass, this nigga's going to be 45. He going to be a 40-year-old virgin. Right? He needs to get his boots on the ground and stop looking for somebody that's 27, 28. You need to be looking for somebody that's like 23 to about 45, bro. Straight up. And that family shit, you know, I don't know if you want to raise up a bunch of kids that's running around with the type of temperament that you got. So,
have to be in Memphis, Tennessee?
Any part of the Tennessee.
Any part of the Tennessee. Oh. Got it. All right, Jalen, we're gonna go. How do you want the woman to reach out to you?
Instagram.
What is your Instagram name?
Here we go. Oops, hold on.
Kendrick's like that. Like he's so
bro, you tripping now.
I am not clowning. I was right. He's on a square.
I was riding with him at first.
So
nah, he ain't on that square, man.
Like
so much. I can ride with him.
But this is when keeping it real goes wrong.
Here you go.
No, Jalen.
Jalen Truth, man. Jalen Truth, man.
Jay the Truth?
Jalen Truth, man.
It don't matter. All right, Jalen.
Okay, so and then I want to say that even though you could disagree, you could say I'm trolling, but see, it doesn't matter about his contact information if anybody wants to get a hold of him. Kendra's obviously not interested. And is somebody talking about starting a family, keeping the black family together, things like that? Kendra, it doesn't matter, right? So it's just a footnote, even though, I mean, you could say I'm trolling or whatever.
Oh, baby.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's totally emasculated this man.
That's fucked up, bro.
She got the smuggest face right there.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's not a good host.
Let me tell y'all something right now, yo.
Man,
this fucking shit has, this red pill shit fucked this world up.
Man,
nah, I disagree, brother.
Yeah,
I disagree too.
We have time. Don't worry. Let's just finish the video so you can
see what the fuck it did to this fucking kid, yo.
I'm down.
I don't think that's red pill. I think that's
He's talking about the problem with feminism.
fetal alcohol syndrome.
I've been like this before the red pill.
Exactly. He's just bringing it out.
Jalen Truth, man.
Come on,
Jalen Truth, man.
Bullshit.
Jay the Truth?
Jalen Truth, man.
It don't matter. All right, Jalen. Thank you for coming on the show, baby.
Have a nice day, Kendra G.
Give him the thumbs.
Thank you for coming on the show, baby.
Look at her.
Have a nice day, Kendra G.
She's been condescending the whole time to this young man.
The whole time.
This young man was being real, and he talking about the feminism in our culture that's destroying everything.
Exactly. Let me see the comments.
Hello?
Hey, Kendra.
Let me see the comments real quick. This is some bullshit, bro. Sometimes Kendra isn't so nice to people who seem to be socially awkward, and it bleeds into the comment section. Let's do better and show people grace. Imagine if that was your relative. Second comment, this is a prime example on why these podcasts have a huge influence on our culture. I know Kendra gets irritated with her guests sometimes, but have a little bit of grace for the ones that may have the disability handicap because they're looking for love also. It's like when a child starts repeating what they heard in a grown folk conversation.
B.
And I could go on and on and on and on and on and on.
That red pill man doing a number, because they I'm telling you, they're not getting the experience. I think a man should get out here and get some experience before he even goes into the red pill deep. I mean, it's good to have the literature and to know what's what, so you're not out here looking stupid. But I mean, these talking points, it's not going to help you, and it's not helping that guy. I mean, we can all agree that guy's a 1 when it comes to social skills. How he did on his interview with Kendra, if the likelihood of women hitting him up. I mean, we can go down the list, and dude's failing dramatically. But hey, man, that's him. That's his dating, life.
So, gentlemen, this is where the conversation starts. Is there any possibility that these red pill spaces that are helping men becoming better, poisoning other men that are not willing or don't have the brain capacity to do or to apply those concepts. And I'm going to start with Tea Leaves because I know Tea Leaves doesn't believe in that. So Tea Leaves, tell us about it, bro.
Nah, my response to your question is that if men overdose on the red pill, because I believe in the red pill changed my life when I turned 26, right? If men overdose on the red pill, it's going to course correct. Like, the world is going to show you, like, if you're doing too much, like, you're going to get held accountable or held responsible. Like, people on these panels will tell you you're doing too much. People out there, not on the street, but people in your vicinity, if like they're like, bro, you shouldn't say that. Like, you
right. See, I don't know why I skipped that. The brother, he made a great point right there. And that's why I said it's good for the literature, so you're not out here looking stupid. You know, guys, you know, if you're doing something, this is how you're behaving. Is this the type of shit that you're jumping on these panels and saying that you've got guys with a level of experience, hopefully high levels of experience, but hopefully ultimately more experience than you can actually guide you in the right direction. And they don't have a horse in the race. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a horse in the race. The women that you run across, it doesn't affect, you know, who they run across, but they give you genuine feedback on what you're fucking up and how you could tighten up your shit. So no, I didn't catch that one. Oh boy, I guess he was on point with that.
You know, like, a man's gonna get checked regardless, right? So in my opinion, I don't think it's poisoning anybody. We're gonna get checked regardless. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to learn how to work with the red pill, in my opinion.
Right.
I think everybody.
Yeah, Shannon B. Fatty got the channel. He got the channel up. He hit that 1,000 subs real fast. So it's smoking over there. You guys go subscribe and all of that. I got a couple other windows. I'm finishing up some graphic design at the same time I'm streaming this, reacting to the content that we did last night over there. But it was a good show. Brownie in the building. What's going on, Brownie? You know, we getting it in. We getting it in at Dr. Hood. Just slow motion early. I just do my pop-ups. I don't got no designated time when I go up. I'm gonna try to probably do some trail a couple of these shows, maybe the Fatty show, different shows that I pop up on. Trail that so that when they want to shut down shop, boom, we could just go over to Dr. Hood. So make sure you guys hit that bell for the notifications for when I pop up. You guys could at least just come and say what's up, talk shit to me in the chat, troll me, you know, whatever. We keep it popping.
Who isn't familiar with how women work experiences a point of red pill rage, but it's about how you deal with it. So it, in my opinion, no, I don't think it's doing that.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I was muted. Next, I know your opinion is completely the opposite. So, what do you think, brother?
Yo, this is a prime example of that red pill bullshit. Like, it's like when a child get a hold of a fucking gun that child has not been learned to properly use the shit. You just come saying any fucking thing because you fucking heard it, and this is why it's not good. Plain and simple, yo. See, I never needed no fucking red pill bullshit because I was actually raised around fucking men. You know, a lot of these dudes didn't have fathers. That's why they grew up idolizing Kevin Samuels when he passed away and everything. That's why.
Come on, Truth. Shout out to my brother Truth, man. We done been on a few paddles together. You know, he got a good, you know, his opinions. I respect everybody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? I just thought the little Kevin Samuel thing. I mean, because Kevin Samuel did what he wanted to do, and there's millions of people trying to do what he did. So with that being said, you know, that guy has an impact that can't be overlooked. Like, I can't overlook it no matter how much success I have doing whatever. Nobody else. Any other YouTuber. A lot of us got small channels. My channel's small. I would consider my channel super, super small. And you know, Kevin Samuel had that. He had that lane, that blueprint in that lane, and he prepared well. Now, was he genuine about everything that he said? Only the people around him would know that. Only the people around him and watched him grow up and the path that he took could contest to, you know, if his message was really genuinely made to help or, you know, to hurt. So, like I said, man, salute.
A lot of these dudes went crazy because their daddy is gone. You feel what I'm saying? For me, I had a father, and I was raised around actual men. And some of the truths that we hear in these spaces, truth transcends time. It's going to be synonymous in any stage, any
for
category.
Sure. Salute my brother Platinum too.
You need to be around men. You need to be around
there.
Substance. You need to be around people that actually do, men that actually do man shit, and learn what leadership is, learn what masculinity is, learn what thoroughness is. And a lot of this shit, the people that's trying to teach you these things, all these so-called dating coaches and shit like that, ain't shit masculine about them, G. That's why it's coming and following.
That's a fact. Some of them, you know, I'm not gonna say all of them, but I do see a lot of men in these spaces, and they talking about all of this and all of that, but they don't have the experience to be able to speak on a lot of stuff. You know, you got guys been in 20-year fucking marriages and shit, you know, only dated one or two women in their whole life. And they got a lot to say about the dating field and you know, how things go. Just like I'm not, some of this stuff, other than just the basic fundamentals, I don't give a young guy. I'm not going to give a 21-year-old advice on what to do in a fucking club, right? I'm not. I haven't been to a club in years. Last couple times I was in there, I saw all those skinny jeans and stuff. You know, I felt kind of out of place. I'm going to be honest. All right. You know, was there women there, you know, that I felt like I could bag and, you know, I wasn't interested, but, you know, of course, but I'm not going to come out here and be way over my head trying to give advice to men, you know, if I'm really trying to help them. I just, certain things, I'm going to just kind of fall back. But the basic fundamentals, I'm not trying to make it sound gross, but, you know, you got to run up your numbers. As far as the women that you talk to, it's like you're not dating them, you're talking to them. It's like these are kid terms that kids, like I can get a 15-year-old up here and he can explain this shit probably better than I can. This is what you do. Back in the day, this is what we did. We didn't have social media. We went out. When we got back home, we had a pocket full of ripped up little pieces of paper and phone numbers and stuff. That's what we had. It was before the cell phone era, before all of that. Back in the pager days, right? People paging you, you put the numbers in, turn it upside down, it spells different things. I mean, that's 911. If it's important, put the phone number in, you know, 911 plus your code. Your code might be 27. You might give that chick the code 14, right? So you'll know who it is. That's how we communicated. And those were the golden days, because you couldn't just sit in the house for a whole month and expect to be fluent and expect to be on it. You know, as a teenager, we jump on the bus, go down to Pike Place Market, go down to Westlake Mall. We used to catch the bus up to Northgate Mall, right? 14, 15, 16 years old. Okay. So I think a lot of men, they skip over that. Yeah, they're focusing on high school. They're focusing on school, but you got to understand the steps that you took that got you so far behind in the dating world. These are steps that you took. Yeah, you got to better yourself as a man. You got to do this, you got to do that, but you got to be able to eat and drive at the same time. You got to be able to work and like I can talk to you and I'm editing some this logo for somebody, right? You got to be able to do a couple things at once. So while I'm have this hour drive, let's say I'm driving to Portland to the Nike outlet or something, it's easy for me to call a woman, right? We got all this technology. It's somebody that I met last weekend. Put her on the speakerphone. I'm driving by myself. Nobody's in my business, right? And just talk to her. Hey, how you doing? You know what's going on? It doesn't have to be when am I going to smash? I mean, if you want to get into that, that's on you. But it doesn't have to be that.
And it's actually making shit worse, tell you the truth. Because a lot of these people coming in here saying all this bullshit, they ain't even living that shit in their natural lives, bro. Like, real talk. I can't even see none of these motherfuckers even getting, relationships and shit like that.
Right.
And then they going on Kendra G channel and shit up here going on her and embarrassing themselves. Like, somebody was supposed to tell old boy not to go.
Nah, I disagree. I think he still got to shoot his shot because he has to go through this. He has to feel this. He has to feel this. And if some guys are going to get on his head, I think that'll be a good thing. Salute Ray Midnight in the building. Ray Midnight in the building. I always got the link drop. You guys could call in. Call in. We pretty much got through a lot of the a bunch of it, but it's just gonna be the fellas. We going back and forth, man. It was kind of heated. Different guys from different parts of the world. There was a guy there. He felt like he's from a major city, so it's supposed to be something different. He had a typical 20-year-old, not 20-year-old, but a guy is mine that's in his 20s, which is good. I think he'll be fine. He's not going to have any problems out here dating. Salute everybody that came in. Y'all smash the like button for me. We're just trying to get these videos up here. I know I got to do the work. The channel's small as shit. We got a lot of good content. I got a lot of good people that I'm connected with, but we got to put in the work. I can't expect the shit to just grow if I don't want to put in the work. Okay? So, no, I don't have a special time that I go up. The morning times are a lot good for me, but I like to pop up at night. I'm going to be trailing a couple shows. So look forward to that. Hit that like button, all that. Just appreciate you guys just coming in. Even if you can't stay long, just smash the button. Maybe come back and rewatch the stream. Check out some of our other videos. Like I said, we've been cooking. We've been talking about everything. Politics, reckless women. I always got to do, because I'm going to do my part. Because when I heard those statistics that 30% of men by the age of 30 are either virgins or haven't had sex in a year, I was mind blown by those, because I didn't know. I thought that all men got pussy. I thought all men, because it's been so much out here. It's too much to sift out, right? It's like bodies on the ground when a nuclear bomb hits, and they're just stacking bodies on top of these bodies. I know guys with 10 kids. I know guys with 15 kids, right? Let's get up in here. What's up, Shannon B?
What up, bro?
Oh, man, cooling. Up early, smoking my devil's lettuce.
Already.
Hell yeah. What's going on with you?
Oh man, just wanted to tap in, and I like the little stream you got going on. That's some good stuff. I always see when you're on platinums, and when his little when his guests sometimes get out of left field, you'll kind of bring him back towards the middle a little bit. But
yeah, just try. Sometimes I might come off a little harsh, but it's like, come on now. This is stuff that I thought seemingly we all knew, but
no. I had to learn myself. This space, Kevin saw it first. That's why I know I'd be hard on Kevin, but he saw it first. He put it out there. Man, he said there's a new wave of dudes out here that y'all niggas don't know nothing about. These niggas is on something else. Like,
Right.
it's an army of them. I guess they call them incels, but I don't like to call them that. But it's a new type of dude out here, man. It's a lot of them. And,
Well, I mean, that's technically what it is, an involuntary celibate person or man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but it's a.
So,
I didn't think it was in many of them, though, man. I thought it was just a. You know what I mean? Like, you remember when we was kids, used to see a couple of crazy people, like, you know, little goth kids or something like that. It wasn't that many of them, but they were little weirdos.
Right.
But I think they becoming the majority, though. That's what I see.
Well, the way the women are working, you know, they want the top 10% of men, top 20%. So if all the women are going after the same top, like even the women that's out of shape, the women that don't qualify for that type of stuff, right? They still want the top. So instead of everybody dating in their pool, like if you're a 30%er, you a 60%er, you date in that pool, everybody will be happy. You know, but we still got 4s trying to get 8s and 9s and 10s on both sides, men and women. You know?
Okay, you know what I seen happen with that? Because that is true. But you know what I seen that happen? I seen the niggas that can get all the women, they smashing the 10s, but they smashed the 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s too.
Right.
And what they did was they boxed a lot of niggas out. So a dude that's a 4, he want to try to go for a 4 women, but that nigga that's a 10, he's smashing 10s and he go smash the 4.
Hey, you ain't never been. Hey,
you see what I'm saying? So he didn't box the nigga that's a 4 out. I can't have no 10.
He putting a monkey wrench in the game.
Right, but you ain't sticking to your women. You over here smashing mine. Golly, lead them for us.
Too.
That's what was going on. That's what I seen start happening. So them girls that's a 4, she might be ugly. She gonna wait on that nigga to come back through. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he might come through once a month, but she'll wait once a month and give you hell. You like, damn, these are the only women I can shoot at. And that's when you see the influx of baby daddies, simps, all that, you know, all this cook stuff they talk about. Cause them the niggas waiting on they turn, while the nigga that's smashing all the women coming through wrecking havoc. See what I'm saying? So it just left a lot of niggas boxed out of the game. And these niggas are mad. And they on the internet.
Hey, Hyper Wolf, salute to you, fam. Appreciate you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You remember those back in the day? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, the dudes used to ask for you to go up to the woman and all of that. You know, I mean, you got to break out of that. But it's a start, though. I will say it's a start. But you're going to get tired of your homie going up to the chick, talking to her, and then he end up fucking with her, and you get asked out. You're going to get tired of that. But it's a start. It's definitely a start. It puts you on the hot seat. You got to talk, man. A lot of dudes, they're not just coming out the womb able to talk to women and be able to have that swag to where, you know, it's an art. Like if I try to talk to a woman, you know, I don't care. Even if I meet a woman on a panel, you know, whatever it is, I'm going to try to say something memorable, you know, something that she's going to remember. Rather if it's, I'm not going to try to be rude, but rather if it's kind of humorous or something like that, I'm going to say something that she's like, oh shit, you know, this guy, you know, she's going to be thinking something different, right? And it's like, okay, this guy made a lasting impact. That's after you get to that level, though. You're not a 4 in the dating market doing shit like that. That's when you're in your bag. You know what I'm saying? But salute everybody. Couple more comments up in there. Let me see, because I don't know if you've seen this one. This was a good stream though.
Because that shit was embarrassing. You feel what I'm saying? Let alone anybody going up that motherfucker dealing with that crazy girl. She was going to sun his ass. She was going to embarrass him. And on top of that, if we talking about each other collectively, that's making us look bad. Well, making men as a whole look bad. I ain't gonna say us because that shit ain't got shit to do with me. But Yeah, as far as that red pill shit, man, you just need to learn how to be a man, G. Get around some men.
Let me ask you a question. What did he say that was actually
I'm not answering
not
no
good?
question.
So what are you here for then? Like why
What am I here for?
why we can't have the conversation?
Because I said so. That's why. Fatty, go.
And they was going in, man.
Yeah, I know why he said that.
Well, technically, the guy that Kendra G was interviewing, he didn't really say anything wrong.
There
a
you
lot
go.
of times, it's not what you say; it's how you say it, though. You know, there's a thin line. Like that's what I say about these talking points. You can go overdose on this red pill and get all these talking points, and then head out in the dating field. I mean, these women have heard these talking points too. See, that's the thing. If this was a secret space where the women weren't allowed, then it would be more effective, and you could do that. You could hit them with some talking points, you know. But the bad thing about it, there's women in these spaces too. So if we go out to eat and I get to talking about all this talking points and shit, you already gonna know, like, wait a minute, you know, this guy was cool. He took me to a nice spot, but you know, the talking points kind of threw the energy off. It's like, damn, you know, what's with all that? You got to be organic with it. So he didn't say anything wrong. There's a lot of people get on Kendra G just to promote and troll and stuff. I don't take everybody seriously that pops do, you know. So yeah, it's how you say it, man. I think it's more how you say it.
My thing with a Kendra G show, a lot of people don't realize that. First of all, Jalen's slow. Everybody know that. There might be a slow woman listen to the show and she want to get at him. You never know.
And
See what I'm
she
saying?
didn't really let him shoot his shot at the end. You know.
Right.
I seen that.
Because
she didn't
Kendra G think they be trolling her, and she's starting to find out that a lot of these people are real and they for real. That's what Kendra G problem is. She think somebody like Jaden is not really real. Like, nigga, you ain't like this in real life. Yes, he is. That's him. And they think, you know, they be trolling and stuff, but they not. Man, that's who he is.
Right.
He's not new to the space. He's actually a Manosphere veteran.
that dude's he's been around.
Oh, you don't know.
No,
Jalen. Everybody knows Jalen. Okay. Yeah, we know who that is. Okay. He's been in space for, oh my God, probably 2017, 16. Yeah, he's been in space a long time.
Okay. So he's just not picking up on it, or he was just trolling?
No, he's slow.
Okay. Yeah, you know, and that's, I guess they got to go into statistics too. And we're talking about stats. They have to go into stats too. You know, you got to figure that in.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. He's not this space. Okay. This is what Kevin Samuel's seen. He's not the only one like that.
Right.
Man, this whole space is real. There's hundreds of dudes just like Jalen in this space. The women know that, but there's a lot of them in this space, man. That's what's, the men are trying to ignore it, but they're in here. It's a lot of them, man. I tell you, a lot.
So you can come back tomorrow. Hey, we are not going, guys. We are not going to do this. We are not going to do this Don Corleone type of bullshit. If you want to come on the panel and talk with everybody on the panel, you will sit and talk with everybody. If you don't want to answer questions from other panelists just because you're feeling yourself, go to Daryl Long channel. He's doing a stream right now. Go ahead and talk with him. Like, why do you guys do this shit? Like, why do you guys come on other people's panels? Somebody's asking you a question, and just because you don't have respect for that person, you just don't want to have a conversation. Just get the fuck on. Hey, you're not banned. Nobody banned you. Come tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, more humble and ready to have a conversation, bro. Like, you guys are fucking dickheads, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, now if you're on the panel, you know what I'm saying. But you never know, because a lot of these dudes be having past history and past trolling, and
Yeah, you're right about that.
Coming into these spaces, I don't know a lot of these dudes, so I jump in there. You know, I don't know who these dudes are. I think that's the fun part about it. Just like the Jalen dude, never heard of him. I remember I was on a stream with Angry Man. I never heard of him. We was on one of Ramel's streams and arguing back and forth and stuff. And then sometimes I'll take the time out to type a motherfucker in and like, oh shit, you know, this motherfucker's
nigga had
big.
100,000, 100,000 subscribers. You're like, oh snap! Yeah, I know that.
Speaking of Angry Man, let me see if my thing worked. I had a little clip from Angry Man. This is for the chat.
If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, get the fuck out of my chat room.
Did you hear it?
Classic Angry Man. That's classic.
Okay. Because I was trying to do it when I was backstage yesterday with a couple fellas, and they said they had to tap the screen, but I was guessing maybe because I wasn't live. So it played out perfect then.
I'm sorry. Let me calm myself.
I appreciate that, Fatty, because at the end of the day, like, I wasn't trying to come at him no type of way. I was just asking a question. You know,
you just have a conversation, but these Don Corleone type of like, because I said so. Like, come on, man. Like, just leave it alone. Just relax, bro. Having a conversation is fine, but it's not going to happen here. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people let it fly, but I don't. If you're not willing to have a conversation with people on the panel, and you are here to give speeches, and you are here to talk by yourself and don't have a conversation, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And again, I'm a very nice guy with a very great personality. Awesome.
I love you.
Jesus Christ. Hey, nobody time out next, okay? I know there are managers that can time out even if he has a range, but leave him alone for today. Tomorrow is a new day. You can come back on the panel and have a conversation. And you can even come back today if he wants to have a conversation, but we're not going to do that today. Yeah. Moses, what's your opinion, my man, around this? Do you think the red pill is poisoning a lot of men or not?
I don't think the red pill is poisoning a lot of men, and I think there's a learning curve, like Tea Leaf said. And I think that basically he's more like, I think this is a greater issue, like what we're discussing, and he's bringing it up maybe at the wrong place. Like maybe he shouldn't be on a dating show, but at the same time, he is being honest, and he's being honest about what he sees in the culture. And I commend the young man for doing that and having the courage to talk about some of these things, because we do need to talk about these things. And if people don't talk about it in real life or hold women accountable, then I think that that's worse than, let's say, learning about the red pill. And the other gentleman who was talking earlier, who got shut off, he was talking about masculinity, but a lot of the things that the red pill talks about are masculinity or is masculinity. So I think it benefits men more than it hinders men. And a lot of it.
You're not going to get out there and do the work. I'm going to have to disagree. Because you got to put in the work, man. You can't just be this big. Even karate. You just can't go to karate class and just practice all the moves all fucking day and not get out there and actually use them. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just go on the basketball court by yourself and shoot a bunch of jump shots and shit, and then they just throw you in the game and you're automatically going to know how to set screens and play at the pace of the game. It don't work like that.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I also don't really think, I don't think a lot of content creators are teaching red pill though. That's just my personal opinion. I think they teaching blue pill in a red casing, but they teaching these dudes blue pill. That's just what I think. I don't know.
Well, I don't think the red pill, I mean, like I said, some of the literature and the things, the talking points and stuff, They're good for all men. They're good for women too, so that they can know how to adjust and, you know, like Ali was saying, adjust to us instead of us adjusting to them. But hold on, let me get this. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I think it's good, but okay, so I don't think it's good for guys that I think red pill benefits guys that are getting women more than guys that are not. You know, and I don't know if just regular dating 101 should be considered red pill, because it's everybody's in the same room, everybody's talking loud, but there's different levels to what is actually going on. Like if we got men that aren't even adequate enough to talk to a woman and they're not getting the results because they stayed out of the dating game forever, or, you know, they were focusing on their career and now they 27, 30 years old. They've never been in a serious relationship. They never had real serious action at women, you know, like by 30 years old. I'm not saying that guys can't. And we always say, oh, a guy can start a family at 40 and 45 and shit. That wouldn't be my blueprint, though. That's not the blueprint.
Man,
my idea is to already at least have half of your family, and by 30 you should have at least half of your family. Now, if you have a couple more kids or 2-3 more kids after 30, but by 30 years old, like you mean to tell me that you don't have a good girl in your life that's fucking with you, that's down with you after all of those years and experiences dealing with women? That's ridiculous. I see a lot of guys on these panels, they 30 years old, and that's fine if you're 30 and single, and, you know, that's fine. But I thought that the family was more important than like assets and money and bullshit, right? That's what I thought. That's what I experienced.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to have no millions. I got 6 kids in my fucking house, you know, that are mine, you know. And a motherfucker could have 6 million. Well, so he's richer than me. I don't have to have no millions. You know, now, does that mean that you just have a bunch of kids and don't try to strive and try to get your bank account up so that you can do other things and leverage your credit and get investments and stuff? That's natural. I thought that's what a motherfucker do naturally. You know, once you found out that little summer job or something when you were 16 years old, 15 years old, you got the little summer job. Once you found out that shit wasn't going to be enough, first it's like, okay, get a job. You need to have a job to do this and that. But then when you get that little chicken shit ass job as a kid and you find out, like, wait, this isn't going to work. I'm going to need more. You know,
that's right.
I pointed it out on the panel yesterday that a lot of women, I hear a lot of, I didn't want to call the dudes like bitches on the panel, and I won't, but a lot of women brag about having their shit together. Like, I got my shit together. So it's what I'm starting to hear is a bunch of guys, you're trying to work on yourself and you're doing, but what? So you divesting in the middle of that? I think I don't see a healthy route to success doing it that way. I don't.
You weren't on the same panel I was on, was you?
I don't know. I be checking them out.
Well, this is what happened yesterday, because it's the same thing you're describing right now. I know a lot of women that are working on themselves. Right. What I don't see is a lot of dudes working on themselves. Like, I know women that go and they trying to buy a house and they only 26, 27. But right. I notice a lot of niggas ain't trying to get no house. And they say, well, why would I buy a house if I ain't got no kids and a woman. I'm like, what? You
Wow.
buying for you?
Right.
And no, well, I just get an apartment. And I'm like, so you gonna be in your 30s and 40s trying to buy a house? Nigga, you'll
Yeah.
die trying to pay that house off. And I guess I'm from another generation, but I don't get that. If you don't have your own place, that's your first step in manhood. When you're supposed to bring women into your life, you ain't supposed to be trying to build nothing with her.
Right.
That's just how I look at it. It might be outdated, but I ain't never trying to build nothing with the woman.
That's the blueprint. They don't want you to go by that, but that's the blueprint. You
Yeah,
gotta have
so
your shit, your castle. She comes into your castle.
right, and that's how I look
It's
at it.
not the other way around.
They want to get the woman and then try to go build with her attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, shit, you want to get a job too, so we can split this rent. I've never been on that time.
They can't
I
function
have.
without a woman.
There you go.
I know
That's
a
what was
lot of
going on.
dudes like that.
They can't
I know
function
a
without the
lot of
woman.
dudes. They don't feel complete without a woman. That's mental health right there.
Shit,
Like, if
man.
you're not complete without a woman, if you don't feel like you're complete without a woman, then I mean, shit, you're just not complete with yourself.
Yeah, that's a whole nother kind of conversation. And what I seen was a lot of dudes, they trying to shoehorn themselves into women's lives. And a lot of women, shit, I ain't gonna lie. If you get some certain women pregnant, nigga, that's all they need about you. They gone. And they go try to build their own life. And dudes trying to shoehorn their way back into it. Like, hey, we got the baby together. I need to take care of the baby and you. And they like, nah, nigga, I'm good. I'm gonna do my own thing. And that's where these conversations are coming from. So I see women trying to do their own thing, and they just need men to basically give them a baby. That's it. That's it. And they be going about their business.
Is just the negative, the dark side of female psychology. Why is that bad to know about as a man or a woman?
Donald, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sassy
I see you, Donald.
man. Sassy man.
I see you, Donald.
Wow.
So what's up, brother? Were you hearing the conversation?
Yeah, I was in and out. Y'all saying is the red pill good or bad or something?
Yeah. Is it like, we know that red pill serves a purpose, but do you think that is poisoning a lot of minds that are not be able to digest it correctly?
Ah, man. Let me see. I got 2 points on it. So red pill is equivalent to going to like a motivational conference, right? It's good info, right? It's good to hear. It's knowledgeable. They give you some good advice, right? But for most people, they're not gonna apply none of the shit that the niggas be telling them to do. I mean, we all are creatures of habits, right? So you can hear all this shit and do all this shit, but at the end of the day, you ain't nothing but your habits. So you're gonna go back to what you know, which is being a simp, you know what I'm saying, being a beta, and and pedestalizing women and shit like that. So
there it is.
Yeah, I think the red pill it's very informational, and most niggas need to hear it. But on the bad, that's the good side of it. You know what I'm saying? It's good information. The bad side of it is that it could turn a lot of men. I don't want to say bitter. It could turn a lot of men sour. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of men can't listen to the information and not get like sour and bitter about women, because when you understand what women really are and who they really are, it could turn somewhat hateful how niggas feel about females. Because like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you can't trust women. You know what I'm saying? Women, you know what I'm saying, they always want what's better. Somebody got to go on mute. They always want what's better, right? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna cheat on you, they're gonna lie to you. It don't matter how good she is to you. And when most men start to realize that, they got like a sour taste about women. You know what I'm saying? And like, and a lot of niggas be doing a lot of corny shit. Like let's just say, for example, like a dating show, like Kevin Samuels show, right? A lot of niggas be commenting on the post.
Topper Hill in the building.
What's good, my guy?
What's going on with your famo?
Oh shit.
Man, we up on this dating shit, man. We talking about dating, 0 to 1 to 10, because what I'm seeing in these spaces on YouTube is we got a whole bunch of men. We got dudes that literally they experience level is a 1, right? And they in the same room with guys, and the guys giving the information be like an 8 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're real adequate with talking to women, and you know what I'm saying? Like you probably never had a fucking problem getting women, right? In life?
Not at all.
See, okay, so we talking to the right guys. And then but we got to be mindful that we could be talking to dudes that they haven't even jumped off the porch yet when it comes to this shit.
All right.
Everybody, could go get the foams and go get the jean jacket and you know what I'm saying, and look like they out here doing this and that, but there's levels to this shit. So now I was over at a stream. We got Shannon B in the building too. Yeah, we was going in. I went in on a couple moments on here too.
When Kevin Samuels was talking to a girl and be like, "Oh, she a single bitter baby mother. Oh, she fat, she overweight, she gonna die alone," and all that. That's what red pill turned niggas to. Red pill turns niggas into them corny ass niggas that be in comments talking.
See, I disagree with this dude.
I don't know.
I disagree with this dude. You know what I'm saying? When Kevin Samuels was saying that, it's because those women wanted the top 20% of men. Even if they were fat, even if they were a 4, right? Even if they wanted the life that had made the man have to make $300,000 a year because they live in fucking California or some shit, and they talk about they want 4 kids, but they 5'4", weighing 205 pounds.
Yeah,
right?
the only problem I got with that, why you think they think like that? Like, why you think they like that? Do you think they like that out the clear blue sky, or why you think they think like that?
I think they just, everybody's wired up the same. I
don't think so.
Everybody's wired up the same.
I think it's because what I told you before. Them 10 niggas, them Derrick Jackson, big buff niggas, they smash it.
I got you.
That's why.
So 10 9s and 10 guys are sleeping with 4s and 5s.
Boxing niggas, they can get 4s and 5s out. That's what these niggas are frustrated about. They only can get 4s and 5s, but why the 10 nigga gotta go smash the 5? Nigga, let me have her. Let me get that. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna smash her too, and she gonna wait till I come back through. That's what these niggas are frustrated about. They know that, but they blame the woman. So they want the woman to be better. Hey, man, bitch, you only supposed to be on my level. But you trying to smash. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on.
Niggas is greedy.
Hey,
niggas is greedy.
There you go.
The
20% is greedy.
So the 20% is greedy.
Yeah, I understand that. Because
that makes perfect sense, man. I can't lie. You can drop the mic on that, bro.
Because then if she mess with somebody, you can cut her off. But she know she don't want to be cut off.
So she stay there and do nothing. And then the nigga that can get her, he mad about it. Man, he mad.
He might be a good husband for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she'll
Don't
wait
be a
it
good
out.
husband.
And then once he go get married and do some shit or move out of town to where that door's automatically just closed, then she'll try to bring her ass around. You know.
And then she'll be bitter. Then motherfuckers ain't shit. So you gotta have an attitude dealing with her. Yeah, that's crazy though, but that's just how it is.
Wow.
Shit about women. So it's a good and it's a bad thing. It's all on how you take it. But most niggas is not gonna take it the good way.
So Nephew, what's up, brother? Long time no see on the panels. I'll lift you up later on IG, brother. How do you think about this red pill shit? Is it beneficial? Do you think he's poisoning people? What's your opinion?
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me up here on your panel. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
What's up? What's up?
I think this red pill and this manosphere shit is all cap.
Oh.
I don't say it's cap because it ain't true. I say it's cap because it'll put you into a space where you're going to end up talking to the same people for the same amount of years, saying the same shit. And as soon as you get off this online internet, you're going to go outside and you're going to start talking to some women. And you're going to start spewing some talking points. And you don't even talk like that. That shit ain't even you.
There it is. There it is.
And that's my point. You got to be, it's good. This is textbook information. It's textbook information, you know, but you got to be active. You got to be more active than you are in the textbooks. The guys that go to school and they're getting the best grades, they probably don't have a lot of women. They probably don't have a lot of associates. You know, the guy with the 4.0, the valedictorian, you know, he's not the class king. You feel me? He's not the class president and shit. Because you got to be a social person to be that. So if you're all in this manosphere textbook all day, this guy said for years. He said you're going to talk to the same guys for years. And then finally, when you give up this shit and then you try to go out here, why would you wait that long? Like you watch a video just on some corny shit. You watch a fucking video, you need to go hit the mall, get dressed, go out and go do something. If you're having that problem, you know, dudes are scared of rejection. Dudes are scared to get rejected. Whatever happened to the guy that laughed about it? Or the guy that said, oh, that's your loss. Whatever happened to him?
Or just get out there and shoot your shot at all the women, man. Just
right.
Do something. Yeah, don't
man,
do nothing.
I had a motto, man. I was like 17, because you know, when you're like 17, 19, those are the times where you're probably gonna attract a lot of fucking women because you're all ages. You get 20-something-year-olds, you get, you know, you 17, you can still fuck with a 16-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah,
I had a motto. It was like, everywhere I go, I get a hoe. Now you might think like, damn, this was a toxic ass nigga. But it was true. It didn't matter where the fuck I went. I could be at church. And me and my brothers, they were younger than me. And I would tell them, like, everywhere I go, I get a hoe. Like everywhere I go, I wouldn't give a fuck where it's at. The dentist's office, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm shooting my shot and I'm gonna get the number. That's what it was. It's not like you smash them or, you know, nothing like that. But you're because it's not that easy. You just can't go and say, hey, give me your number. You know,
they missing that part of the game too. That just getting a number and talking to the chick on the phone, just talking to her like regular. Not on some,
you don't have to be
trying to
this
smash
shit. Yeah, see, that's what dudes think. Oh, you're trying to get it, and that's what Ali was talking about. He was kind of going overboard. You know, he was saying, you know, like we're trying to. I don't want to misquote him, but he said that we're guys are teaching men how to get women, but shouldn't they be teaching the women how to be better women? And you know, all of this shit, like, we're not even there yet. See, that's when they're gonna leave. They're leaving the pack. We're not there yet. And that's what I was trying to explain on this stream. It's like, bro, we got dudes that are ones. We can't get farther than, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I believe that, you know. So if we're going to advance, of course, there's going to be people that get left in the back, but we still got dudes that ain't shooting their shot.
They ain't even to the talking stage yet.
Right.
Okay.
You don't
Okay, I
have
see what you're
5
talking about.
women in your phone that you could call right now. And just to fuck around, just say hi. I just say hi and hang up just to show y'all. Just you guys hear a voice. She said, hello. I say, all right, bye. You know, just to fuck around. Like they don't have 5 women that they could do that. That's a problem because the women are always talking about men getting up on here disgruntled about not being able to find a good woman, you know, all of this shit. And I come in these spaces, they're trying to attack me. Shit, I feel like I'm with the girl of my dreams. I'm with the one that I said 20 years ago, she's gonna be the one. That's the one. She got my kids and shit. So they'll jump on me just because they think everybody on YouTube's the same nigga. You know, and oh, you're just mad, blah, blah, blah. Like, how the fuck am I mad? I got kids running up and down the stairs and shit, chasing each other and shit, going to play games in the game room, throwing the football in the yard. Like, how the fuck am I mad? I'm still attracted to the woman I'm with. I'm still attracted to her.
That's what's up. That's getting rare nowadays too. Still be attracted to your old lady.
And you probably still got action at others if you want to, but you're not, and they probably still waiting
because it's
all
corny
that other
shit. That shit didn't add up. See, we could get to that, but we can't even get past this first step, and that's the shoot your shot. Soul Power in the building. What's going on, fam? I dropped the link if y'all want to come up. Hit the like button. We're doing drive-bys. We're doing drive-bys at Dr. Hood. You know, I don't know what time. I can't tell you niggas what time I'm going to come shoot it up. But I'm going to just hit the, you know, boom, I'm going up. So come fuck with me. I try not to step on no toes, go live when I see one of my dudes going live or, you know, whatever. But nah, we got to put in the work, man. It's so easy to do nothing. Doing nothing is the easiest shit ever, man.
You feel me? So I just know we better off just being dope, showing the world how dope it is that we is. You feel me? Versus just getting online and sitting here and talking about this shit for the last how many years?
Okay.
Oh, boy's tired of it. I don't
Dr.
know.
Hood.
He seemed tired of it. Oh, that's my turn, by the way. It's my turn, fellas.
What do you think about these red pill talking points? Are they good? Are they bad? What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those chew up the meat, spit out the bones type of deals. I don't think it's good for a man to sit up on there for years, like homie said, and regurgitating the same stuff, and you're not actually out here applying it. I think it'll be super lame, especially now. You know, if you to go meet a chick, like right now, I go out to eat with a chick, or we go for some drinks, and that's all I'm doing is hitting her with talking points the whole night. You know, I think that's lame as shit.
Shit, lame as hell, bro.
The awareness, it's kind of like the 48 Laws of Power, kind of. You know, I know plenty of people check that book out, but it's kind of something that you gotta know and keep it with you. Or like somebody that knows karate or some shit. Like, you don't just run around tell everybody that you know it. You kind of know it, and when you need it, you use it. I think it's a great tool for setting boundaries and stuff, because you know, some dudes, and it's better off for you not to deal with a single baby's mom. You know, yeah, of course, there's probably a couple amazing ones out there, and then you got to weigh out what your options are as a man. So, you know, you got to be out here, you know, with your feet on the ground. I wouldn't digest so much of it, but the brother that was on the video, Lance or whatever his name is, Trey or whatever his name, I think he made a big step. You know, that's probably a guy that he was definitely out of his comfort zone, right? You know what I'm saying? We got to admit that there are guys like that. Probably nobody on this panel, everybody on the panel probably fluent when it comes to talking to women and things like that, if you know, any given day. But obviously he's 28, 27 years old and, you know, still a virgin. You know, I don't recommend any man wait that long to engage with, you know, the opposite. Say, yeah, you could get them pregnant. Yeah, there are bad things, but you know, there's good things that come out of these pregnancies and stuff too, you know, that you can't get just from the brotherhood or the homies. And, you know, so
I think he said he didn't want to have sex out of wedlock.
yeah,
he said that.
Cool.
He said that. Yeah, he said that. He said maybe.
But I just think he's too, like, that's too far of a stretch.
Hey,
okay, I understand. You know, you don't want to have a kid out of wedlock and everything, but so what? You just not gonna deal with no women for 27 years? You know?
Yes.
Now we talking to an 18-year-old man, and it's still kind of like, you know, you 18, bro. You know, like, but this guy's 27 years old, so
I know, I get you. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah. Nah, we all have a good dialogue.
But you can't tell. You know? You can tell that he kind of just learned about it, so he may have adopted that. There's a possibility that he could have adopted that ideology recently, than instead of it being, well, I can't get women. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's not all the way there, and like he's
see the tea leaves guy. He came off, because you got to read the room. He came off as a guy that, you know, aesthetically, you know, probably doesn't have anything wrong with him, but he's just not getting his reps up. I think he's scared. He's probably a perfectionist. A lot of times being a perfectionist can kill you too, you know. And he's obviously had a few problems because of a couple of questions that he asked. You know, I tried to give him a little bit of help, and he just wasn't really receptive to it. And a lot of dudes, because I don't go here to practice dating, you know. I mean, I'm not laughing about it. Some dudes do. That's cool. If you got to go to YouTube, like my sink was clogged. You know, I went on YouTube and figured out, like, man, how do I get this thing off? Boom. Okay, I got to go from the bottom, do the little trap thing. You know what I'm saying? Get the hair out of there, you know. So I went to YouTube for that. But if we got guys going to YouTube for dating,
yeah,
I think it would be cool if niggas was telling them the truth though. Man, niggas out here be hustling these square niggas. That's what I see going on, man. They be out here hustling.
You can't tell the truth about dating. You can't give up the game. You either got it or you don't, and that's
there you go. There you go.
You can't. That's not something we gonna do, man, unless it's your kid or your homeboy. But we're just not gonna go tell the square how to get to the money, or you know, some things are better kept to yourself. You know, you can't.
But
you
something
can't do
something
that.
like dating, like that's something like, you know.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
then
teaching a kid how to drink water, or you know, yeah, it's not your kid, but he's eating this ice cream, he's getting it all over his shirt, right? So it's like, hey, little man, just lean over a little bit, so you know it's dripping and it ain't getting all over your shirt, man. You can stay sharp, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But you might be exposing yourself to where if you start telling your moves and shit, the next thing you know,
I know what he's talking about.
Like, you know, and then it's gonna be, you know, then it's gonna be copied, and now, nah, you can't, you know, because I kind of did, not that I did that, but you know, I got a girl right now, and I shouldn't have said what I was saying to where what was working for us, motherfuckers turned that into something and start talking shit, and it exposes her a little bit, right, or me. But
well, we talking about these spaces though, you know. We talking about the manosphere, YouTube sector.
yeah,
you know?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get on the YouTube.
Like, how's somebody gonna know my girl from here? You know, I'm not putting her on here. That's between me and her. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody could dox me or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
What I be seeing online, they trying to keep these niggas single and onto their channel. That's what I see. I noticed that. They trying to keep them. Matter of fact, they make them worse off. They might have been just a little goofy with their game, but when they finish with this YouTube, they be all the way in left field. Like talking about marriage and submission to a woman and all that. Why are you talking to some random ass woman about that? Like that's crazy as hell. But these dudes are out there doing that in real life. Like the dude said in the video, you start taking them talking points and telling the women that shit, they do be doing that for real. They'll be talking about submission to a woman they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? That's man. That's when you jacked up in the game when you get there.
So yeah, hey, so I think Fatty was right then. You know what I'm saying? That where red pill goes wrong. Red pill goes wrong. I guess this is when it goes wrong. When dudes are regurgitating this shit. And the corny shit about it is the women are running this space. I mean, I don't want to take no shots at the men. My little ass channel, that blow me off the map with my little ass fucking channel, right? But there's some women that are huge in the manosphere.
But they supposed to be, because I told you it's the Kevin Samuels thing. He's seen that coming a long time ago. The dudes, it was a new type of dude on the way, and he saw him in the comment sections on other people's channels, and he was like, "Wow, these niggas, they really ain't on game like that. They really on some, I want the woman to like me, I want to get married type shit. They on that. They really ain't trying to organically be with women. They really on some porno shit." He's seen that. And that's why everybody trying to emulate what he done. They can't do it because you don't even know what's going on. There's a type of dude running around here. And a lot of people think these dudes are normal. They not.
Like for a lot of people, is a cope mechanism, right? And Marcus, let me ask you for your opinion on Mr. Black Sheep before I give mine. What do you think about the concept and the question? Is red pill enlightenment, poison? Is doing good? Is doing bad to people? What do you say?
I think if you were completely unaware of how to deal with women, then it could be helpful. And if you overdose on it, it could be a problem.
That's pretty straight up.
Hey, let me go right quick before you go, Fatty, because I know you're gonna be all day. You long-winded. So I think
get the fuck out of my show, Donald. What the fuck? No.
Nah, I think a downside of the red pill too is it gives niggas a false sense of confidence and reality. Like when, you know what I'm saying, a lot of I could be wrong, but I think a lot of them coaches be telling men that they the prize and shit like that. And bruh, most of these niggas ain't no motherfucking prize, bruh. Like let's stop the cap. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no swag, you ain't got no ambition, no confidence. If you ain't got what these women want, you're not the prize to them. And that's what you want to be the prize to. You know what I'm saying? You can be a prize in your mind all day, but when it comes to this dating game, most men are not the prize.
So, Mr. Black Sheep, did you give your opinion already?
Not yet.
Go ahead, sir.
I think that I agree with
Man, I seen a lot of dudes, and that's what game has a lot to do with it. I seen a lot of dudes bag a lot of good women, and yeah, maybe they wasn't the prize, but the goddamn woman didn't know it, and that's what it is. This is the world. You only get to live this shit once, So what if I'm not the prize? Do I not shoot my shot? Do I just not shoot my shot at all if I'm not the prize? Right? So I could be a 40-year-old virgin. And that's what it's going to be. Like that movie, when I first saw that movie, I thought it was funny as hell because it was honestly, to me, the most unrealistic movie I ever saw. Like, wow, I'm really looking at this movie, and it was so entertaining watching this 40-year-old virgin. But in reality, that's not common at all. I mean, that's not rare at all. It's very common for there to be a guy really pushing 40, never clap no cheeks. Wow. I'm gonna have to replay that because I don't even think that didn't even compute in my brain yet.
A lot of what was said on the panel. But I would just add that, well, what do you mean by if you just run with it, right? I think somebody said that. If you just
overdose on it?
Yeah, overdose on it.
I meant like, so I never actually got red pilled and none of that stuff. So I'm like observing from the outside kind of when it comes to this. And some of the stuff, it was like, all right, through interaction with women, I understood and I got to learn or I knew, you know what I'm saying? Just through just healthy interaction from, like I had play girlfriends in 3rd grade and stuff. So I kind of understood how women was. And then, you know, just observing the women around me. What when I mean overdose, I mean when you take a talking point and make it so rigid that there's no room for nuance, there's no room to have a conversation, and then you just look for points in time where you could celebrate women getting shitted on, or somebody saying some wild shit to a woman, or feel like if a man ain't bitch shut your ass up, that he's simping, and that's what I mean by overdose. When it seems to convert from just some information on how to navigate into a sphere where you got animosity towards just different behaviors from women and from men who don't share the same viewpoint. Like I probably been called a simp more than I could count. I ain't never been called no names in my life in real life because I always had to, you know what I'm saying, without doing none of that extra stuff. When I was a little less mature, I'd be teasing niggas about dating to jump off and all that stuff.
Right.
And it's weird. It's just weird. It's like, if you don't subscribe to the same ideology, then we're gonna call you exactly this. So that's what I mean by overdosing on it.
Okay. So how long have you been watching this Red Pill space?
Probably like a year and a half.
Yeah, I get my answer, and I'm new. I came into these spaces because there was a chick on my Facebook, and I guess she was mad about Kevin Samuels saying that basically, you know, a woman with a kid or whatever, you know, she doesn't deserve a high value man. You know, this woman, you know, she had about 3 or 4 kids. You know, I went to school with her, and I made my point. I was like, well, shit, you know, a high value man, you know, they don't deserve that. They should be able to get their own woman, you know, instead of going on to Nordstrom's rack or the, you know, the different outlet store trying to piece some shit together. What's wrong with just getting something brand new? This is something that you're supposed to settle down with. This is a long-term decision, and it's free. The entry fee, you know, of course, it's going to cost. Relationships cost, kids, different things, you know, it costs. But if you could go get a brand new car or a brand new house and you didn't have to pay no money down, what are you going to do? You're going to go get the used one? It just doesn't make sense.
When I first found out about it.
So you remember there was a point in time where it was about male improvement, and suddenly it's made this huge shift where it's constantly about shitting on women.
See, and I don't know if he was taking a shot. I don't know if this is a it says Mr. Black Sheep. I don't know if that's a white guy. It says King of the Whites. You know, if that's a white guy. I don't know if he was coming over here making, you know, I didn't fuck up the space. You know, I didn't come throwing trash on the space. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of logic to this shit, you know. But you know, I don't know if he was taking a shot because there was a lot of those white men that were doing this stuff, and then, you know, it kind of, from what I understand, that a lot of black people was doing it, and, you know, whatever. And now they're trying to say that it's just a big ass circus. You know, I've been hearing that.
He's telling the truth.
Oh, so he's telling the truth, but he's being passive aggressive about it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk about it though. The people that are talking about, because this wasn't nothing but about 6 years ago, but the people who talk about it, you're supposed to shut them out. Like, if you catch somebody talking about what the space used to be, shut them out. That's what they call it, subscriber supremacy. Well, space used to be about men, teaching men how to be better men. And then Kevin Samuels introduced the hustle. And the hustle was that there's a group of lame niggas, incels or whatever, coming through, and they pay way more than the women. So a lot of dudes was mad at Derrick Jackson because he was hustling the women were paying. A lot of men didn't support other men's channels, so they thought. Kevin Samuels showed everybody, yes, they do. Yes, they do. The men support more than the women, and they pay more. And then you got what you got now, this circus. So now it's a circus about women need to do this, women need to do that, women need to do this, and these niggas is online jacking off, paying big money for it because they don't go out and talk to women. That's what's going on.
Me personally, I don't think a woman needs to do anything. I think as a man, you're supposed to just find the one that fits you. And of course, you're gonna be smashing stuff in the process. And I think that's just a part of being a man.
Yeah, that's just normal though. But what's normal is not normal anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not this this space right here it's something totally different. I watch it because it's just funny to me. I like to see it. Like, it's bleeding over into real life. I ain't gonna lie. It's bleeding over.
Yeah, I got into it from the male improvement side.
The male improvement, the male improvement doesn't generate clicks. That's why most of the red pill movement was on the ground and now is getting mainstream. Because if you put more woman on the thumbnail, if you put woman on the title, if woman not on the panels, then everybody's going to click because we, for some reason, you have the case of Fresh and Fit. They had the show during the day, Money Mondays and all that, and they talk about male improvement. And Myron comes from a fitness point of view, so he talks about fitness, and nobody watches it. But as soon as you put 16 O's on a table, OnlyFans models, like strippers, whatever, and you put men there, then there's 18,000 people watching at the same time. Kevin Samuels talked for a lot of time about male improvement.
I just dropped the link. Yeah,
exactly. And as soon as he started talking about woman, now you see like that he got
fatty.
So when do we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
So when do we distinguish that this is no longer red pill and more incel talk?
No, I think it's red. I think it's still red pill. Red pill is like a superpower, right?
Is that incel talk?
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Those dudes are actually real red pill. He's talking about the incels coming through. Ain't nobody finna watch no male improvement. All that old get a job and try to build a work on yourself, work out and buy your own house and all that goofy shit. Ain't nobody finna do that. Nigga, let's get these hoes together. That's what it's about now.
Is not good or bad. It depends on how you use it, right? For example, if you give me the strength, if I'm the strongest person in the world, if I use it for war, if I use it to abuse people, if I use it for bullying people, there's a wrong use of the power that I have. But if I use it to protect people, if I use it to deter people for using force against another, that's a good thing, right? So when we are talking about concepts, is not the fact that they are good or bad, is that the fact that a lot of people, unfortunately, don't have the brain capacity to digest it and to spit out the, like Dr. Wood said, chew the meat and spit the bones, pause, and do what is best for them. Because like, I'm going to be perfectly honest. If I got this concept when I was 22, I will be probably on some bullshit. Like, absolutely. Because I didn't have the means, I didn't have the character, I didn't have the head.
I'm glad I did not have this type of information coming up, because it didn't organically. I think if you grow organically, I think it's better. You know, my space,
I agree.
we was like a red pill type of space. And I don't mean red pill like guys that are bitter about women, don't never want to get married, or no shit like that. I think that's just unrealistic. It's, I mean, come on. That's unrealistic. You don't need a woman for nothing. You don't, I mean, I think that's extreme red pill, but just on a casual level. Yeah.
Not even natural.
Yeah, I mean, how do dudes even do that? You're not a simp because you got a good girl at home and you got kids or whatever. That's not being a simp.
You done took it so far that's why I'm saying the red pill's bad. But they done took it so far that you can't even take a woman on a date. Like, you take her to go get a slice of pizza or something, you a simp, you a beta male, you ain't, or you done tricked off all your money. And you take a girl to go get a slice of pizza. That's what the red pill has became. It's became that. Like, damn, I took her to go get some ice cream. These niggas be like, oh, nigga, you old simp ass nigga, you done tricked with the girl for a $2 ice cream. And that's how weird the space got.
Yeah.
They on that.
I think it's a continuation. Like, let's say I take a girl for ice cream and she didn't even say thank you, and shit like that, and then you keep doing it, then yeah, you're a simp.
Right.
But just going to do something, or you like, I'm going to eat anyway.
There you go.
I met you the other day. We talked a couple times on the phone. Let me just call her and see if she
want to ride with me.
Maybe she want to, or meet me there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to eat at Anthony's down by the water.
Right.
It ain't too much. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend no $500 on no meal, and drink, and all of this. But if it's $60 or $40 or even $100, under $100,
right?
I mean, if you're doing it all the time, every day, all the time, that's gonna take away from the time that you have for self-improvement. So you just got to be mindful. If that's what you're doing, you're going out twice a day, dating women, paying for shit. You don't want her to pay for nothing. You won't even let her try to pay. You're just simping. But a woman, shit, I see what she gonna do. If she pays, that's a big impression on me, honestly. She know I got it, but she just wants to, oh, I got this, just to let me know, okay, she's not here just to take advantage of me. It's not saying that she's a strong woman. It's just saying, I appreciate this guy for thinking about, I had a good time. He already paid the time before, right? Let me just take the bill, and I might turn her down. I might be like, nah, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll be like, you got the next one, or you got the next two. I'll do some shit like that. But just the thought that, you take a chick to a movie or you do something like this, you're a simp. Nah. But if you continuously get disrespected by a woman, like if a woman disrespect you, you're not a simp. But if you continuously be with her and let her keep treating you like that, that's when you become a simp. Will Smith wasn't a simp because Jada Pinkett cheated on him with August Alsina. Will Smith was a simp because he allowed her to take him on a national platform, a huge platform, get millions of views, talking about this situation, talking about how the relationship wasn't shit, disrespecting him continuously, and him staying with her. It was something that he did that turned him into a simp. you know. So yeah, that's what that is.
And if you say, "Oh, men are the leaders and women should follow, and she should be submissive," submissive to who? To a 22-year-old kid that doesn't know what the fuck he's going to do in his
And
life?
that's Fatty's my guy. Fatty he brings up the conversations, and he admit that he doesn't have the black belt and all the decorated trophies and stuff when it comes to this. But you damn right, a woman is gonna submit to a 22-year-old. Yes, absolutely. You know, that's how you know that you got one that's interested in you, one that's down for you, that wants you. She's gonna submit to you. It don't matter if she's a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, you know, and you 22, 23, 24, she's gonna submit to you. And if she's not, you need to get the fuck up from away from her. It needs to just be a pump and dump situation, you know, and dudes want to get caught up and make a fool out of themselves because they want to turn these little short-term pump and dump situations into something long-term. That's where they fuck up. It's not the fact that you met a chick and you found out she wasn't shit and you smashed. It's the fact that you smashed and then all of a sudden you forgot about all the bullshit that this woman's about. That's when you fuck up, you know. But hey, man, like I said, Dr. Hood don't know shit, man. Dudes don't be listening no way.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, it became a superpower because now I'm willing to, like, I can't identify risk. I can't identify behavior that is not conducive to a good relationship. I can't identify red flags. Actually, it made me a better man and better prepared to be a future husband, dad, whatever. But for a lot of people that unfortunately they're on their red pill rage because they've been lied all their life. Women are sugar, spice, and everything nice, and women don't cheat, and women don't do nothing. They are perfect. They will never use men, and they are righteous men. For that person, obviously, he needs a red pill. He needs a red pill, but he will need some time to digest it because a lot of times, a lot of these people. Yesterday we did a show about Sierra and Russell Wilson. Do you think if this man got the red pill when he was 25 that he would be dating this woman? Letting this woman literally naked?
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
Yes, he would. He would.
Yeah, he would.
Wow. So you guys think that if he got red pill, he would let Sierra do what
the red pill is not gonna save you, man.
Nah.
People think this red pill gonna save you. Now go ahead.
First of all, Russell Wilson, man, people, I don't know. That Russell Wilson and Sierra conversation is that's a weird situation. You talking about a dude that grew up listening to her music and then he got her. Nigga, you come on, man. That's just like you growing up like my age, like you growing up listening to Janet Jackson and then a couple of years later, you become a football star and then you got her. And then you got niggas and trying to compare their life to yours. Like, nigga, I grew up watching Janet and I got her, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now you listen to dudes, oh, you shouldn't have got her. She had a baby by such and such or some goofy shit like that. Like that situation is weird.
Shannon B. Here we go.
See what I'm saying?
Down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, like Sierra was come on, early 2000s, Sierra was one of them. She was one of them girls that he got her. You see what I'm saying? And he got 2 babies by Future got 1. The space starts to get weird because really what they doing is they really on Future. Oh, look how cute he is. That nigga, all the girls want him. That's what these niggas be on. And that's when I don't like to comment on that because that's what they really be on. They got streams for days where they just like, everybody wants Future. All the girls like him. I'm like, oh my God, that is some weird old shit there.
He's in the in crowd.
That's what I'm talking about. That right there. Like, no, he not. He's just a regular nigga that like to make babies by every girl he with. Really? What these niggas don't understand, Future's a simp.
Oh shit!
You see what I'm saying? He the one running around here catering to these hoes and making babies by all these random ass women. What's the name? What's the other nigga? Nick Cannon. He a simp too. Nigga, you fall in love with every bitch you got and put a baby in her. That's what type of nigga you is. Ain't nothing player about
Russell
you.
Wilson's not a simp. That what you're saying?
Man, no, man. He got the girl.
No.
Hey, I got the R&B chick, nigga. Smashed. These niggas worried about Future.
So this is baby's mom, and she's wearing these, the flapjacks on the red carpet or the blue carpet or whatever, Academy Awards. You think as a $250 million man that this is appropriate?
He probably bought that dress. That's what niggas don't understand. Hey, baby, put this on. These niggas is on that. They the ones falling behind Russell Wilson.
She wanted to do that, bro. I had to disagree with you, bro.
And he wanted that.
She wanted to do this. Sierra wanted to do this.
And he don't want to do that?
Validation from other men.
No. You think he don't want that? He wanted to dress like an Amish girl. That's what he want. That's what I'm telling. This space is filled with them type niggas. It's really, Russell's not a simp. What it is these niggas want him to be what they want him to be. You see what I'm saying? Like they want, no, nigga, you supposed to have this. You a square church nigga. We identify with you. Man, you are not no Russell Wilson. That nigga's a $50 million football player.
Okay,
nigga, you ain't him.
I don't know if you married in a relationship or whatever, and on the Dr. Hood show, it don't matter. But if this is your wife, you gonna let her walk around like this?
You wanted to put a church dress on?
A regular dress, bruh. Regular dress.
This is what I'm saying. Okay. This is what
they got other nice stuff. I seen the one with the, they got like 3 inches of the side, coming down with the little straps. That shit look good too. I'm not saying this isn't a nice dress. I'm just saying this is like something that a prostitute will wear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're going into the weeds for me. That's almost like virtue signaling. I don't that he don't care. Like she do a lot of stuff like that. That's the type of woman he wanted.
I had a lady on the panel and she said that they're inviting other people into their circle.
Well, if they that type of person, like if they that type, then they're inviting. But I don't think they that type. That's what makes them say in the news. Because see, this is what they're doing. This is the internet, because I know how the internet works. When Russell Wilson and Sierra do stuff, he's been married to her for almost 10 years. They got 2 kids together. But everybody focuses on, like, how does that feel to have 3 kids and only one of your kids gets talked about? Well, not even a kid, just Future gets talked about, but you got 2 other kids by the girl. And your kids don't matter because everybody around here are caping for the simp, the real simp. The nigga that run around and make babies by everybody he get with. Cause see, a lot of niggas think he just making babies with girls that smash it. Smashing and dashing. Nah, he like all them girls and willing to pay them all, just like Nick Cannon simp ass. He like all them girls. He give them a baby, pay them. That's the simp crap. The whole space is flipped upside down. The simps, they call them the players. The niggas running around here wasting money on hoes and paying them and making babies all over. These are the men to people in this space. The niggas is married to the women. The woman might have freedom. He ain't got his foot on the back of her neck. Them all the simp.
I mean, come on now. Sierra, she twerking in the parking lot on top of a Bronco with, gas is $6.50. Like, come on, bro.
All right, I'll help you. I'll help you even more.
Go out with your friend. I let them ratchet ass broads come around. They leaving weaves and shit all on the carpet and shit, all in the bathroom, eyelashes and shit. I let this go on. Now you guys think it's a good idea to run around and you guys are twerking on top of a fucking Ford Bronco, bro. Explain that, please.
Who's smashing her?
Who's smashing her? What do you mean?
Yeah. Who smashing Sierra? Who you seen her with?
I don't know. I don't know who. So I ain't seen nobody with her so I
Okay.
ain't seem like I'm just tiptoeing
So they
around the
strumming up
question.
narratives then, right?
I mean, I don't know if this is a married woman with 2 kids. It's just hard for me to believe.
Okay. That's what I'm saying about the internet. It's for clicks and views. They're easy target. So they get the clicks and views. She ain't doing nothing. Man, that's the type of woman he wanted. He wanted that. He wanted her to put them
It's
dresses
not
on.
even profitable. Like I heard people say, "Oh, her music career, her this and that." You know, but she's not making shit off of that.
She ain't doing it for music. Do you know how much? Look, did you see Kevin Samuels and everybody liked his channel and everything? Do you think he went broke making that channel?
No.
Yeah. When Sierra goes on her Instagram, you think she gets ad revenue for her Instagram that they be clipping all this stuff from and strumming up narratives? Think she get paid for that?
I mean, she might.
Man, she making hand over fist money, man.
Nah, man. See, that's where I disagree. And she's making more than me, a motherfucker like me. So I can't talk shit there. But we talking about a $200-300 million man.
Okay. I'll try it a little slower. Why is Sierra in the news, period?
Because she's disrespecting her husband.
Do you think that's newsworthy?
Seeing that the position that he's in, and he's probably the top 20 earners, you know, most popular guys.
Is that newsworthy?
Yeah.
Remember what I told you earlier? Remember I told you earlier that there's going to be this influx of these new type of men coming down the pipeline that Kevin Samuels seen before everybody else?
Right.
That's what sells. Man, they clicking and viewing up a storm with this mess.
But even if Kevin Samuels didn't see it or whatever, like,
no, he's seen it.
Some guys they're not gonna be with their girl running around like this. They're not. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. That's what my stance is. I don't think there's nothing wrong with me because I don't want my girl mobbing around the red carpet with her ass cheeks out. Like, what is my mom gonna think about that?
Did you see the rest of the?
It's not all
the rest of them?
What your mom thinks and stuff. You know, I'm not no mama's boy or nothing like that. But goddamn,
did you see the rest of them? Like the rest of the stars?
I doubt if any of them was dressed like this.
No, did you see them though?
I saw a few.
Okay.
I saw LeBron's girl. She was dressed real good.
She's always dressed like that.
Nice curves. She had a real nice body. Sierra stretching it. Like, honestly, she don't even really got no ass like that.
Nope.
Like, she's stretching it. Like, girl, you're doing too much. He done told you got ass and shit. He over there kissing your ass, making you think like you got this major ass.
Clicks and views. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to, okay, in order for a person like me to believe the Russell Wilson and Sierra stories, they need to start posting videos of Russell saying he don't like that.
Russell's not going to say that. Russell's over his
You
head.
think he a chump?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the narrative. That's the media narrative right there.
Nah, he is a chump though, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Russell Wilson.
He the simp, right?
See, I'm from Seattle, by the way. And so I talked to Seahawk, dude. I see these motherfuckers coming up out of roof, Chris. You know, we chopping it up. You know, niggas don't respect this guy. Niggas don't respect him. They couldn't even play Future's music at the practice facility or like before the games. Like, they playing Rick Ross, they playing Kodak Black, and you know, they playing all of this stuff. Future was when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, Future was one of the hottest. I mean, of course, it's all junk music, junk rap, but hey, it is what it is. He was one of the hottest rappers out at that time. Russell Wilson was so bothered that dudes couldn't even play that shit. You get kicked off that team, bro. You come in there with that boom box, you got your little motherfucking iPod, you plug that motherfucker in, and you play that shit, and you're gonna be in some serious reprimand. Okay? To me, that is a man that's not comfortable in his square.
Quick question. You think Future the man and Russell the simp, or Russell the simp and well, how's it going? Future's a typical idea of a black man, and Russell Winston's a typical idea of a simp?
See, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. One of them being a simp doesn't make the other one not a simp. So
no, I mean like the ideologies. Do you see Future as a man?
I really don't have any proof that says that he doesn't take care of his kids. I don't.
You got kids too?
Yeah, I do.
In the house with you?
Yes, sir.
So you take care of kids in the house. How you take care of 6 or 7 kids outside of the house? Send them money? You just drop the money off on the dresser? Hey, here you go, boy.
So what are you gonna do in that situation then?
That's what I'm telling you. That's man stuff to make kids all over the place.
Well, the woman leaving, she dipped off. Sierra ran her ass off.
Oh, so Future was trying to marry those women.
I'm not the guy that's gonna sit up here and act like marriage is the end all be all. I'm not gonna do that.
So she didn't run off on him then, right? He wasn't trying to marry her anyway.
She had a kid and she ran out. Women do this. Women do this.
So he was trying to marry her?
What are you supposed to do? Chase her around?
Oh, okay. So he was trying to get with her.
I mean,
see what I'm saying? That's what's going on.
I don't know what they was doing, honestly.
That's what I'm telling you.
He could have cheated. I don't know. Maybe she got that, that postpartum. Women, they get crazy. They turn into a different
Sierra
woman.
got her child is the same age as some of the other kids Future got too. That's why they're not together. He got 2 more kids about her baby's age.
Hey, I can't say that I didn't have a child outside of my household. I did. So, with that being said, that don't give her a right to leave.
So she got to stand it.
No, she got to go find another nigga like she did. That's what she did. That's what
I just like to see what black men's idea of what a man is. I like to hear that. I like, damn.
I'm not saying Future's a man. Like if there's evidence that he's not taking care of his kids, and I'm not just gonna knock him just because they're not living in the household. He could be doing other things financially. They could be, just like I said, the child support system. Apparently it works just fine. And visitation and all of that. Of course, there's kinks in there, but I mean, I'm not gonna dock men that are in that situation because I'm not in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and just kind of like get your money and pat him on the head, drop about $2,000-3,000 on the dresser. Hey, I'll see you next month. Come through and holler at you. And then you go to the next baby mama house, drop about 2-3 stacks. And all right, little boy, I'll see you. I'm gonna go to check out your other brothers and sisters you don't know nothing about. That's raising kids.
Or maybe they all popping up. Like maybe it's, after school program at dad's house. Moms get to go do whatever they do. I got somebody with the van going to pick up all the kids from their schools. They get to ride in the van together. They come to dad's and take their book bags off and get some food and everybody get their homework done. And we kick it. And whenever moms and they show up, I mean, maybe it's like that. That's how I would do it. If I had 5 different kids and I was rich and most of my kids stayed in the area, okay, I got a driver. They got the van with the tent, the 15 passenger or the big Ford Flex or something, or the Suburban. They go pick up all the kids. They come to dad's and we kicking it. We watching basketball after homework and kicking it and shit. I mean, I just can't dock him because I don't know if he's not doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like if he's doing good shit, I don't want to just knock him just because he got kids out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you. You think Future a man? Now you sure about Russell? He a simp. He don't want Sierra in that dress, but you know that though.
I don't think so. I think he's over his head, and she's showing. Okay.
Yeah.
So because everybody forgets about this. Everybody forgets about this right here, right? See, we forget about this. This is before they got married, right? This is the type of shit that they was on, praying, everything holy, all of this. So then after you get the kid, because you secured the bag, there's no prenup. They didn't sign no prenup. There's nobody mentioned a prenup to me, right? Maybe there is one, but nobody mentioned it to me. So I just that's what we got to go off. This is all we had to go off, So she goes from this holy matrimony shit, right, all the way to this, and that's because she secured the bag. She's got kids with this guy. If he gets mad because she doesn't want to stay in the house, or she doesn't want to cover up, she'll leave this guy and she'll be 100 millionaire. She knows this. The law knows this. So Russell Wilson is a simp for putting himself in that situation.
You sure about all that, right? Having 7 kids, 7 baby mamas ain't gonna put you in no financial strain, but marrying Sierra, that's just, oh man, she secured the bag, but them seven, 8 women didn't secure the bag on Future.
Well, she's known to try to secure the bag. She's never had a regular boyfriend. She has a pattern of she ain't fucking with you unless you're a millionaire. So there has to be something there. It ain't that money, we go in the house and it blows through the vents and shit, and she just loves that, right? This is just a number, a security. It's in your bank account. It doesn't do nothing. It doesn't make your dick longer. None of that. It's just money. So why come she can't never date a guy that doesn't have money? It's because she's been, ever since she was born, she's been trying to secure the bag. She's been looking for the simp. If it's a guy like Russell Wilson that doesn't have any experience with women, he only had one girlfriend in college, and she cheated on him with one of his teammates.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, man.
No. You know about Russell Wilson. You don't know nothing about Future.
Well, no, Future's if he's not taking care of his kids, he's a deadbeat. If women want to,
but how come you don't know? But you know about Russell's life. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a narrative. Like you know a lot about Russell.
How are we gonna just say that Future doesn't take care of his kids, though?
But how you gonna say Russell Wilson only had one girlfriend? Like that's mind blowing to me.
He had
like
one white girlfriend, man. That's the only. Like Sierra, we can go down the list of guys that she's dealt with: Amari Stoudemire, Bow Wow, Future, 50 Cent, Trey Songz. Like we can't do that with Russell Wilson. Out of all fairness, he's kept it under wraps. So we can't just dig it up. I can't just Google it. We know some little white chick that he was with, and when I pulled up the picture on draft day, she was happy as fuck. You could see every fucking teeth in her mouth. She was happy as shit. She thought she landed the $1 million man. He got rid of her. Super Bowl came. He won the Super Bowl. She knew that contract was coming. Boom. She jumped on him. Okay? That's what happened. Now, all of this other stuff came later. He going public. Oh, he's not going to worry about any minuscule stuff, about Future. Sierra's arguing with this guy about child support. If you're a fucking millionaire, what the fuck are you arguing with Future about child support? It doesn't make sense.
Well, you told me you didn't know if he took care of his kids or not. That seemed like he don't take care of his kids.
Man, listen.
Oh, just wonder.
I mean, she flew one all the way across the country. Yeah, women do that. So what is he supposed to do? Chase him? What is he supposed to do? The courts ain't gonna just say, all right, Sierra, you got to give Future the baby. That's never gonna happen.
You can pay child support. You don't have to be in the same state to pay child support.
Like I said, I don't know if he didn't pay, and we can't just go on a woman's word, But apparently they were arguing about some child support or child situation. And Russell Wilson thought it would be a good idea to go public and say, oh, yeah, I don't want my wife arguing over minuscule stuff. So if it's so minuscule, then why? Because she wants to be in this man's life. She misses that life. And that's it. She more happy around this guy than Russell Wilson. Future never let her run around like this. Never. Future never let her run around like this. So since when is having a standard about a woman that you're with equal simping? Future didn't. She wasn't running around like that. She wasn't. And it goes to show a woman will, but based on who you are, she'll pull anything. I think that's more of what it's about, because I think something else is going to happen. It's not of everything that's happened. I mean, we can evaluate it. They still rich. He's happy. Yeah, maybe he did make her wear that. Maybe he did. But a lot of times I see dudes get overran by women, and the woman just does any fucking thing she wants, and he's actually scared to intervene and say something about it. That's why I come in the picture, because I feel, and I could be wrong, I feel Russell Wilson is crying out. Like, damn, I got myself in this situation. I'm with this thought. This is what she does. Even though she ain't made a fucking dime off of showing her little flat ass over the last 8 years or 10 years or however many years they've been together. She was worth 12 million before they met. She worth 20 million now. Russell Wilson done made $250 million since then. So you mean to tell me over 10 years, her little $8 million or something is really going to make or break this family?
That's a wild conversation.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just like my girl, just let's scale it down. So I'm not making millions and shit, but just to say so my girl could show her ass as much as Sierra do. And let's just say she gets an extra, 8 racks a year or something. Is it worth it? That's what I'm saying. Is it? Is it worth it? She not making shit.
If you into that, I guess it would be. If you not, then I guess not. The problem is you telling me what Russell think.
So he's just a pervert then. That's what it is. He's just like this horny ass
nigga.
nigga.
Man, that's a good word. I like that word. Because there's a lot of them in these spaces.
Maybe I went a little overboard. Yeah, I apologize if I went overboard. But because that's what it seems like to me. You couldn't have liked her for her intellectual abilities. So he liked her from way back in the day from her videos and stuff. So that was more of a sexual provocative attraction that you would have with her, because I remember, even though she was a bag of bones, she would move that thing in a way that a motherfucker would look at that screen and be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying?
They thought Aaliyah was sexy. She was built the same way as Sierra.
But she wasn't moving like Sierra, though. She wasn't moving like Sierra. They are built the same. You right.
Yeah, they call Aaliyah one of the sexiest women on the planet. She was built like a teenage Chinese boy.
But
Let's
shit
say
right
Fatty.
now.
It
What you
won't
gotta
change a thing.
understand
Yeah,
is what you
because
gotta
they're
Same with
making
understand.
Johnny
money
Depp.
at the end of the day.
So, one second. Let me highlight these comments, right? This comment says this burner account. Red pill allows guys to manipulate women. It evens the playing field. I agree with this shit 100%
I
of the time.
agree, 100.
And again, manipulation is not always something bad. Sometimes you need to manipulate people for them to do what's right for them.
It is what it is.
I gave the example yesterday about your kid doesn't want to get to eat spinach, so you put something. Oh, well, it's not spinach, it's bacon, and he's eating that shit, but it's spinach inside of it, so he has to eat it, right? To be honest, girls have this natural "I'm going to game man" type of behavior because he's stronger than me, he's faster than me. The guy that I want probably is smarter than me, has more money than me. So for me to get what I want from this guy, I actually have to manipulate him to get what I want. And I know I will learn to play the game very soon in my life. So when I get ready, now I have thousands of interactions with men, and I kind of understand what I want from them. When it comes to men, it's not natural on us.
Can I ask you guys a question on the panel? Oh, my bad.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
No,
Moses.
I was gonna say, wouldn't most of these things you would teach your son like at a young age? Maybe not in the some of these crude like ways we say on these panels, but isn't a lot of this stuff from the self-improvement or knowing a woman's dark side, female psychology? Wouldn't this
It's
benefit?
not the dark side, female side. Like, it's, that's like an phobia of women, That's when it gest too far. Now we can get on this Russell Wilson shit because I've been having that stance for a while. I just think just in my position, if I was that, I'm getting a chick that ain't got no kids. That's me. Because you got the option to have them all. So if you're gonna do that, then or at least get one that ain't gonna flash it out here for everybody, But other than that, man, Russell Wilson's a good guy. He go to Children's Hospital, whatever. He had a football camp and it only had one black kid there. I mean, we talk about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown had a football camp full of black kids. You know what I'm saying? Full. So
what happened to Antonio Brown again? I forgot.
I mean, he been doing some crazy shit, but I saw that football camp and, it was a lot of black kids. It was a good turnout. And versus Russell Wilson's camp. And I know it's in a different area, but there wasn't no black kids there at all, And there are hoods up in Washington, Seattle area, Rainier, the Rainier Avenue, there are hoods.
Oh, Seattle. I keep forgetting where he's from. That's a lot of white folks.
Yeah, but he caters to them though. That's what he wants. He's not gonna go to no spot where it's predominantly black or he's got to deal with a whole bunch of brothers. He's not. That's not his thing. He never came through. Now you got Sean Kemp's and Gary Payton's. These guys they out here. Sean Kemp, you just saw him get into a shootout the other day, right? So they out here in the community doing basketball camps, Jamal Crawford and shit. My sons and shit go to Gary Payton, Jamal Crawford camps all the time, in the hood where people don't have money. I know one of the dudes, I ain't got to pay, but it's a lot of kids in there that their parents don't got the money. And it's a great experience for them to be able to see a star athlete, NFL, NBA type of guy. That's for a lot of kids, it's their first time doing that. Russell Wilson didn't come to none of that shit, bro. They got football in the hood. It's been going on for years. 40 years, 50 years. So he don't want to be a part of that, but he'll go way out there to Arlington and shit. Way, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking black people out there.
Well-to-do kids.
Yeah. And I'm talking about Arlington, Washington, not Texas. I know there's black.
Yeah, I knew it.
That was a bad example. Woodinville.
Arlington out there in
I know
Dallas.
they got somebody. Yeah, they got something everywhere, but he don't go to them spots. So yeah, maybe I'm a little salty about that. I want those type of people, because sometimes for a kid, that's all he needs is to see somebody that's, on another level. Like, that's what you want to do, play sports. I'm not going to say he's from the hood, but you play sports, you made it to a high level. He is an inspiration for short guys. Russell Wilson's only about 5'10". So if you're a short guy and you was thinking about hanging it up, playing football, maybe that'll give you a little bit more inspiration. But he doesn't do that, man. And the other dudes that we talk about, and they don't get the news, and they don't, we talk about them bad. We don't never talk about them on the positive side. Like Sean Kemp, he be in the communities and shit. He's out fucking around, opening up weed dispensaries and shit, So, hey, man, I just ain't too much of a fan, man.
Benefit like young men if they were taught properly, like let's say you have a son and you sit him down and tell him how women really work.
You shouldn't teach them when they're kids.
A lot of dads are simps. A lot of dads didn't have this red pill shit. They simps. They let the woman do any fucking thing. They just go to fucking work and all this shit. The woman gets to do any fucking thing they want. Happy wife, happy life. So no, I don't think that would help. I don't think most dudes' dads are game of it. My dad wasn't. He could get women. My dad could get women. He had my mom. They got together really young, and I seen them with their troubles in their relationships and the arguing and different shit. I know some people got to stay together just because, but I can't just say my dad wasn't a simp. I can't say that. He sure wasn't like me. He take way more than what the fuck I would take from a woman. And my mom, she was a good woman, but shit, some of the times I saw her talking to my dad, I wouldn't let a woman talk to me like that. And I'm not gonna backhand her or no crazy shit, throwing pots and I'm not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna deal with you. I'm gonna take the easy route and just shy away and get the fuck away from you if that's the way you want to come at me. So a lot of dads, I don't think, you can learn from that. My dad had a fucking drug problem for a nice little stretch of my childhood, and shit, I didn't learn how to do drugs doing that. I learned how to stay away from fucking drugs doing that shit.
Right.
So a lot of times if they a simp, that could teach you how not to be a simp, but I don't know, man. It just shows the people that's on this panel the disconnect.
They really that dating stuff. I think your dad can give you the advice on certain things, but he really ain't. I ain't never met too many dads teaching you how to date women, though. That's
right.
Kind of weird.
My dad told me, he was like, "Oh, is she a good one?" He told me, a couple of them was probably a good one. Or how's that other one? You still with her? She the one, or some shit like that. Or when I had a daughter, and he was like, they'll just try to guide you in the right direction. My girl now, my mom was like, are you gonna marry her? You know what I'm saying? Like, Mom, calm down. You know what I'm saying? So I guess your parents do kind of try to groom you a little bit, but I don't think that's just gonna work out here. And with these guys, they give me that vibe that they really don't have like a significant other, even or nobody's even up to bat. They don't have like 2-3 women that they have to make a decision. You might get to that end of that road and it's like, okay, am I gonna be with her? Am I not? What's it gonna be? I don't see that. They're not giving me that that little bit of hope that they even have that. So they're at stage 1, like I said.
I didn't mean like when they're kids, but I mean like when you're 18, 17,
You
just
ain't gonna know what
start
to
to
do with
date.
some coochie until you fall into it, bro.
What happened?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna know what to do with some coochie until you fall into it. Ain't nothing I can tell you.
Well,
You got a point. You got a
it's
point to
deeper
that.
than just it's deeper than just the pussy though. Or sorry, coochie, right? Like it's different. Or
See,
it's
and then
deeper
this
than
guy
that.
right here, he got no experience. He just came up on the panel talking about his lack of experience, but then now he's gonna talk like he got so much fucking experience.
Ooh, that's all over the place. That's ooh, man.
Like, bro,
A
you
lot of
just
people do
said
that.
that he's got a serious problem that he can't get women, and he didn't have the opportunity like we did, and growing up around women and men being able to help you and coach you. But then listen to him.
It's the interaction.
But I can't hold your hand and walk you through the process, my nigga. You gotta figure that shit out.
That's
You can
things in
guide
life in
someone
general.
through it. You may not be able to walk them
No,
through it.
but Tilly, that's the thing, right? Have you ever? Mark said one thing yesterday that was a pretty cool moment, and I'm going to ask a question, right? Mark said, "Do you know when you have this guy like he's your friend, and he's been with this woman for 6 months, and you are introduced to her, and in 5 minutes you notice something on her that he didn't notice in fucking 6 months. You see what I'm saying? Like you get her, you start talking with her, and you're like, man, are you really wife this bitch, right? The thing is, I tried, especially on bad moments that they are going being cheated on, like having like abused financially, all the shit. You can't red pill a man.
You can't.
Like you can't red pill a friend, bro. They are going to fight that shit. They are going to resent it.
Right.
They're going to try, no, because I love her and she loves me and she's the one. I'm sorry. Like men have to go through some shit.
But not my crew. My crew, they're not letting you go out like that. Like you might do, and we'll know that. You'll be known for that. Like you're a simp, but we're not gonna just let you be that. Like we'll tell you, like, man, leave that bitch alone. That bitch ain't for you. She's sucking another nigga's dick while you sitting here crying over this bitch. Like we'll be brutally honest. And it's not about hating women. This is about making sure your brothers and motherfuckers around you is sharp as iron. You know, that makes you sharper. I can't be on no simp shit. I just told this nigga that he was a whole simp last week. Now this bitch cheated on me. I'm gonna stay with her. So, you know, it's the homies keeping each other accountable, man. Damn, let me grab this.
Right? For them to come to the conclusion that, okay, I got these 2 or 3 girlfriends. It didn't work well. Some shit I kind of see, but I don't see. Let me go read this book. Let me go see this content. And let me like compare notes with all these guys that are around it and see if my notes like are good written or not.
Scotty, that's because we don't talk about things in society. The 3 most important things: money, dating, mating, whatever you want to call it, and let's say certain other social things that have to do people don't talk about in life. People like what's considered like taboo. Like people usually think it's bad to talk about money, right? Financial literacy. So you go bankrupt and then you learn about it, right? And then that's the same with this whole, psychology thing between men and women, dating, whatever you want to call it. Like a lot of these things, if they're taboo to talk about in society, how are people ever going to work on them?
Men don't compare notes.
That's the circle you in, though. That's the circle you in. You know what I'm saying? Just like you gotta vet women, you gotta vet the homies that you around too.
But
some people ain't on nothing. You gotta elevate.
But doctor, that's the thing, right? When a friend double crosses, you usually go around and talk about that. Oh man, you fucked me up. Da, 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 da. When a man gets cheated on, nobody knows. Is his best friend going to know? The close family? But like men are not going to out there and say, oh, she cheated on me. She broke my heart. She fucked me up. They're going to be quiet about it. And they're going to cry on the car. Nobody's going to watch it. And it's good to go. But when a woman, for example, gets cheated on, She made a song about it. She goes on IG. She posts 7 stories. All the friends know that. So this is why you get the men are bad, men are cheaters, men are deadbeats, men are this, and women are lovely, because men don't tell their horror stories when it comes to women, but women tell all the stories when it comes to men. And then by the end of the day,
true.
Let's be honest. Like a wise man learns by other people's mistakes, right?
So,
for example, I never knew when a woman asks you for a break, it means that she's trying to fuck another guy and sees if he's better than you. And if he's not better than you, she comes back to you and she says, "Oh, I miss you. I have time to think about it." I didn't know that shit.
Beta.
Right?
Hit the beta button.
Well, that's what this space is. Man, we are talking about it. Like your best friend might not, but then you come to these spaces and you hear that kind of stuff. You know, you have those conversations.
But that's the thing, Dr. Ruth. For example, 2 of my 3 girlfriends monkey branched to me. I thought I was the shit. They came to me, "Oh, I'm not with him anymore. We are separated. Things are not going good. I already told him that I didn't want nothing with him. I like you very much." And after a few years, I was like, "Bitch, I remember you. I see him on the mall with you once when we were like on the dating stage. Like your friends told me that you guys were together and all shit, but because I'm naive and I'm like, yeah, she likes me. She's already done. And a woman will never do that to her partner." I was like, no, both of them. We were working on a job. She fell in love with me. I fall in love with her. She has a guy. The guy is never around. And she says, "Oh, no, we are separated," but they are not. So a lot of these things, a lot of these concepts, a lot of for example, the pick me dance when a woman wants to separate from you, and instead of you saying, "Hey, bitch, go ahead and leave," and now she's kind of get anxious because she doesn't know how sure you are of leaving her. Instead of saying, "Please, I'll do whatever you want. I will change, please," and she gets repulsed by it because now you are lower than her because you are begging for her. These concepts help a lot. When I say they help a lot, they are literally a guideline for. Is when you get a computer and you get the instructions manual, you open up, okay, I put it like this, I put it like that, but they're the basic. You're not going to become Bill Gates if you buy a computer, right? But it helps a lot to have the manual so you can get what you want and you can get there. On the reverse, and telling what Donald is saying, Nephew is saying, Mr. Black Sheep is saying, I've been on this space for a while, and there's no fucking way that probably 60 to 70% of you men are supposed to be leaders on a relationship. No way. I don't believe you have the mental capability. I don't believe you have the financial status. I don't believe, even me, right? If we look around, most of this marriage needs to be a team. It needs to be a team effort. Like there's a 30%, I would say, that have the mental capacity to take the burden of being the leader and guiding the person to the right space. Because unfortunately, giving the will to a lot of you guys, and inch guys, emotional guys, like reckless guys, is like giving a car to a drunk person and said, "Hey, bro, take us home." You are going to get in big trouble if you choose a wrong partner to have this traditional, you are the leader, I'm the follower type of game. So this is to the ladies. Choose wisely. Especially if you believe on this, I need to be submissive and I need to choose a man that you clearly think is better than you. No ifs and or buts. Because you are giving the wheel to one of these guys that thinks they are the shit just because.
Fatty giving out misinformation.
That's actually real red pill. That's what the space used to be.
Yeah.
It's not that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I don't know. Maybe they're forcing it. Shit, you meet 10 women. You're not going to go with the one that's not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? How does this happen? Like, you got to understand, okay? She doesn't like me. People have to understand that. And then they try to get all these trinkets and everything, and then that's why the woman wants you. So that's the shit that you're gonna have to sustain. Like that's all she's with you for is your money. You don't work this whole time to build yourself into this man just to get women. I think it's ass backwards.
Yeah, that's true. What Patty's talking about though is he's trying to put people in a realistic. See, what they're teaching now is blue pill. They're teaching. They're trying to teach men how to be bad bitches. That's what they're doing. A lot of men now are good women, and that's what they're teaching them. They're teaching them that you do no wrong. She need to do what you need to tell her to do. And a lot of dudes are not mentally capable of doing that. They actually nuts themselves. And a lot of dudes don't even have their shit together. Like, I see dudes that talk to women, they don't even have a place, but the girl have a place. And then they want to go to her house to tell her what to do. You know, like, you already in a messed up situation. That's what I'm saying. The whole red pill that they got out now, that's not red pill. They're not teaching red pill. They're teaching blue pill shit. So that's the hustle. That's how Kevin got rich. Wish he would have been here to see it, but he re-terraformed the whole space. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, no, I came in, like I said, I came in through Kevin, and then I saw the La Peeps and saw the, you know what I'm saying? I saw
Oh, yeah.
But I came in late. I came in totally on the ass end of it, clearly.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, they really were misleading, misguiding a lot of people. But they were doing it on purpose. They knew. That's why Kevin had that handy mute button to mute them them girls on his panel, you know, to keep her from talking. Because the girls were going on there to troll. They knew he was talking shit, like full of shit. But got that mute button, you can mute them hoes out. It's another reason why he ain't let no men on his panel. And the little 2 times he did, he took them videos down because he knew the men in the space were exactly like the women that were coming up on the panel. So he had to get rid of them niggas, and he wouldn't let them come around. And he would not fool with no manosphere niggas. He would fool with like the Lapeefs and the lead attorneys and people like that, because that image, he needed that image. Because the talking points are a bunch of bullshit, but he needed the image to be there because that's the only way you can sell it. So you have to sell it with the image. That's what people that are trying to emulate them, they don't get that part. You have to have the image, the talking points, and the mute button all together to make this money. So one day somebody might figure it out and they'll blow up.
Crack the code, huh?
Yeah, it's plenty of money.
Man.
The red pill told him he should be the leader and he should be the boss. And all of a sudden you are in, like, you have to trust this person that you kind of don't trust because you see him every day acting up, acting a fool, being emotional, doing stupid decisions. That's on you. That's on you. So I don't know. I think he's 50. I think he's like everything. Like he's like water. Is water bad? No, actually water is great. But if you drink too much, you can literally die. There's like poisoning by water. If you drink too much water, you can literally die.
Patty.
I don't know,
Who said
man.
this shit was entertaining?
What'd you say, nephew?
Who said this shit was entertaining? Was it a white lady? Was it a white man? Because I know it wasn't no nigga that said this shit was entertaining. Seeing black people crash out.
I think it was black people when they started making money off of it.
But this is not a black thing. There's giant.
There's so many men going through it. This is a gynocentric thing that's going on. Why is no one talk about that? Why does no one talk about that part?
You have giant content creators that are male, that white male like centric. I can give you like a list of 5 that have more than 500,000 followers easily.
Andrew Tate for one.
What did you say, Black Sheep?
Andrew Tate for one. You got Sneeko coming in after him.
Yeah, you have the OGs. You have Entrepreneur and Cars. You have Rollo Tomasi. You have the
Better Bachelor.
Yeah, you have Better Bachelor. Yeah, you have a lot. Like you have a lot of white. Like you have Gold Dust. Like the old. You have Tom Likey's the oldie. Like you have a lot of white people that actually they were on the game with us. The thing is, we kind of we kind of went each other apart because when a white community gets a cold, the black community gets a pneumonia or like a giant cold. So we kind of slip apart. But white men are actually on this. Like white men are like, man, I don't care if I'm white or I'm black. I'm a man. I'll go to the court to get my kids, and I get exactly the same bullshit that the black man is.
Exactly. They gonna box fatty
as
out.
soon as I go there, they see, man, yeah, hey, bro, just give it out and leave it the fuck alone. So
and look, some of them horror stories that they talk about over there. Be like, no black person would ever like. They be going through it. Them white dudes, bro.
What about that dude who was like he's in the tech world. He got millions and he got ran through by his wife. He got a channel now because of all that.
You're talking about the
he's an Asian dude.
The tech lead. You're talking about tech lead. Yeah. That's the thing. And he got REDpilled too. Tech lead. But let me tell this all real quick. He worked for Google. He worked for Facebook. He's like a giant programmer making thousands, probably millions of dollars a year. He got an Asian woman, a very traditional woman. She was staying at home and all that shit. Everything was good. He was falling in love. He bought a house. He bought everything. And then all of a sudden, she grabbed the kid and she flew to Japan, and it's done.
She kidnapped the kid because she wasn't happy. I'm not happy.
I'm not happy. And
shout out to Coach Greg Adams.
He was probably simping the whole time though.
But that's the thing. So Dr. Hood, he was literally being the traditional man. I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to take care of my family. They don't need to work and all that, right? And then she grabbed the kid because she was not happy.
Though. That's corny.
How is that corny?
Whoever
Why is that corny? That's what men are taught. That's exactly what we're saying. That's what men are taught.
Keep losing then. That's what I'm saying. You know.
So Dr. Hood, tell me
if that's the way you want to do it, then hey, man.
Dr. Hood, what I'm saying is that most men get taught this traditional narrative, and then we go into the field.
I don't think so. I don't think
you don't think so.
No,
that's what white people
in a society right now. And the majority of people are making a certain amount of money. Like what they said, the majority of men make a certain amount. So
but
if the majority of men making $50,000 a year.
I'm not talking about that.
Well, that's the majority, though. But the majority, bro.
I understand that, and I'm not discounting that.
Rich enough to just let their wife sit around and do nothing. That's not realistic.
But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that most men, in their heads, when we grow up, usually get taught the traditional narrative. Okay, they don't know about this modern Western women world, and then they jump into it. And they get burned, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it happens to everybody in the West. All men, at least, are going through this, or a lot of men. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask Dr. Hood a question. So, doctor, this man is doing close to $1 million per year. Like he has a lot of money coming on his real job. He has a YouTube that gets hundreds of thousands per video. Shouldn't he actually take care of his wife and say, hey, no need to go to work because I'm making so much money that I rather you take care of my young kid that is on this world? Like, do you think that's correct?
Now, if you got it like that, I don't understand. But a bride that didn't earn that, no, I don't think so.
But that's the thing.
No man should do that for a woman that didn't earn it, man.
But
look good.
This woman pulled the reverse Uno card on him. And that's what I'm saying. So this is I think a greater talk that should be about feminism. And I think that's what a lot of men are learning, because a lot of men are doing the right thing, whether they have money or not. And how come they're all getting out here?
They don't know how to talk. They can't talk. They can't talk themselves out of a paper bag.
Patty, do you understand what I'm saying?
But doctor, that's the point, right? We are not talking about an equipped man. An equipped man, I give you that. And then we keep man that goes on the table, thinks he's the shit, and then he gets run over. Hey, bro, that's your fault. You need to be better prepared. But when you are talking about good men men that work themselves to become top of the pyramid in finances, men that are responsible, men that are on the life of their kids, men that are taking care of their parents. Like these dudes
all
actually.
of that doesn't matter if you're not good at talking to women.
Oh,
No, but
it doesn't matter.
That's true. No, that's
it
true.
doesn't matter, bro.
It doesn't
matter.
One second. So you guys are telling me that there's no reason for us to do what's right by a woman because we
you do that right. You do what's right for you. She's supposed to come into your space.
No,
we get that. That's
all this leveling up
guys,
in crib and all that. You're gonna do that whether she's there or not.
Guys, what you gotta remember, guys, everyone doesn't have that dog.
It's true.
You gotta have that dog, and that's what
everyone doesn't.
But that's exactly the point.
Instead of getting these talking points, this corny ass shit, pulling up, talking this cornball shit. You need to be more of a dog. Practice that.
How do you do that? Explain to me. Like, break that down to me.
It starts when you're young. You're talking to a lot of women. You kind of get desensitized to rejection, bro.
So based on who's teaching you, who's teaching you those principles and those things. Like,
we held ourselves accountable. It was the crew.
As kids.
Hold on,
let me
jump
in. Guys, one
in high school, we go into different high schools.
And doctor, give him a second. Marcus, go next. And Tea Leaves, stick with that shit, bro. Stick with that question. That question is very important. Okay, don't forget about it. Go ahead, Marcus.
So the question that I was trying to respond to was who taught us that. So my father died when I was like in 3rd grade, and my cousin looked up to me. I was the oldest of all the cousins and the oldest boy in my family or whatever, right? So what we would do was when we would go to the Y, the little girls we had a crush on, we would play flirt with them. It didn't go nowhere, none of that. But then as we started getting a little older, we was like, man, I got to get fresh. I know it's a long time ago. We used to iron creases in our pants, and you know what I'm saying, trying to put the crisscross outfit on and go to the mall or go to the wherever the skating rink or all the little moves, right? And
that's
then
old nigga.
Great America. And what we'd do, we'd holler at girls like nonstop on repetition. Like we never counted nothing as a loss. It was always, all right, let me go see, can I make it work? She don't go, okay, let me see, can I go make it work? And through that, you learn like the main things. Cause like when I'm observing this stuff, I'm like, okay, so that works. And it's some of the stuff within the space. I'm like, that ain't gonna work in real life, bro. And I'm speaking from experience. Like the main thing you really need to know when it comes to like talking to women or entering into a conversation is, one, you gotta get over your fear of rejection. So if you gotta go holler at 100 girls and get turned down by all 100, you're gonna realize slowly but for surely it's not that bad to get rejected. It's a shot.
Whoever get the most no's get the most yeses.
That's a fact. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going.
If you don't make the shot, if you don't you don't take it, you're not gonna make the shot. We all know that.
We laugh at rejection. We laugh.
So that's fine. But
that's not what we're saying.
Tea Leaves ask a question. Can you repeat the question again, please?
When or who teaches you how to do the same thing that y'all two were just talking about? Who teaches you how to do those things? You
see, this is what I'm talking about. See, they get into this, start asking questions like this, and then when the guys that know the answers try to shed a little bit of light, then that's when everything gets crazy, man. Like if you really here for the knowledge, you here for the knowledge. Don't when it's not popular now. Okay, now you're not here for the knowledge and shit, bro. You're not gonna learn nothing being like that. So that was the example. Oh boy, I was trying to give him some examples of where he's going wrong being social, and this is it stemmed from that question right there. If a guy asks you that question right there, what you gonna think?
That dude, that the one at the very end, that was the white boy, right?
No, this is the guy on the top that said that.
Yeah, one of those dudes, the ones that having a problem with the women, he needed to just listen to all that.
Right.
He need to really put nothing in on that. The one was talking about the creases in his jeans and all that crap. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, but because I can tell he about 40 something or at least late 30s.
Yeah, mid to late.
Man, the way we used to talk to women really don't exist like that no more. That's what these young kids having a problem with. Like, I grew up in a time when you had to walk up to them, holler at them, man. You just had to You had to go up there and
don't
spit.
get them. You just don't get them.
Yeah.
And
So
it wasn't like I could just see you, because nowadays, and I seen women complain about this. They'll have guys hitting them up, speaking, like having long conversations with them on the Facebook, and then they'll go to the mall and see that same guy, and
would
that
not
guy
say
will
nothing
walk
to him.
right. It won't say nothing to him.
Bro, that's real. That is real. My nigga, that's real. Well, and then even if they do say hi or something, they won't have no conversation for him. Nothing.
Bruh, like you popping all this shit on her Facebook feed, and then when you see her back in the day, and we couldn't just go on your Facebook and see how you're doing. If you let that girl pass you up, you might not ever see her again.
There you go. There you go. You had to get at her right then at that time. You might not ever, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Even if you didn't have your best shit on. Like there been days I see something and be like, damn, I'm cutting grass. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Already.
and it's like, well, fuck. Is she bad enough? Shit, I'm gonna shoot my shot anyway.
Man, but yeah, try to get her to meet up and clean up later or something. But you got to get at her right then.
So all this hesitation and stuff, and I get it because you see it all it's all on the platter. You see the woman's best pictures. You know, she take 30 pictures and put the best one up there. So I can see where the intimidation factor comes in at, but you got to block all that shit out, man. That's psychologically fucking some of these men up. You know, they seeing all these flavors on the platter, and they don't know when to dive in, when, you know, you should just not even look at it like that and just do you, man. Be about you. But I would imagine there's some guys that are just turned down. They're just turned down. I'm obviously a guy, let's say from my late teens to mid 30s, you know, I was turned all the way up, you know, so it's like, shit, a woman, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe everybody don't feel that way.
You guys are saying that you do it on your own.
No, go ahead.
The approach level is what's changed from what I've seen. Because I ain't gonna lie, I slept with more women than I needed to do because it desensitized me to women. But you can't really dry approach women like we used to back in the day. They really ain't going for that. And the women are grouping up. So it's kind of hard to dry approach women. They really don't operate like that. Most of them do operate through the internet and stuff. This is for the younger ones. They operate through the internet. So only women you can go like do the dry, like just walk up to them and spit your game is the old bitches. And these niggas don't like them. So, you know, that's what makes it a little weird.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because you get all ages. Like you guys got, some of these guys might be in their early 20s. You know, I don't know how old Fatty is, you know. And then you got some OGs in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same shit. Some dudes are getting after it and some dudes are not. I don't think the age, like even a guy, I seen a 50-year-old on here. And at least he's getting after it though. Like he's getting
that's what a disconnect is. He from our generation. He know you have to go up and spit at them hoes. They not from that. They from that old internet. You see what I'm saying? They from that internet generation where you get at the woman online and then you meet up with them after you done typed all these paragraphs and shit. That's what they from. So they all that going into the mall. Man, you going to the mall now. You see how dry it be?
Right.
Like it ain't no situations like it was when I was growing up. Like he was saying, the mall, the skating rings, the arcades, well, they don't even have that no more. But those places were live when I was growing up. You can go out there, the niggas was in there shooting, they shot, we was dressed. Man, those places don't even exist. Like, man, ain't nobody in there. I see people go to the movies, it be groups of girls and boys. They don't even be dating up like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The whole dynamic done changed. And now they online whining about it.
But if you're a teenager or a little bit younger than that, preteen, getting into that groove, if you don't have the front, let me use myself as an example. I'm a military brat. I moved around every 3 years, right? So I didn't never have a consistent group of friends, right? If I don't have that consistent group of friends and I don't have the genetic makeup to to just attract friends and shit like that. I had to learn all of this shit when I turned 26 years old.
Wow. So this guy, you see what I'm saying? And so I come
Already
through
disqualified
OG.
himself.
I come through OG. I done had my fair share. Just like you said, I slept with more than I should be proud of, right? You know, my fair share, right? And more. And so when a motherfucker try to give him some advice, he's not receptive. But I did sit back and I did listen. And this is the shit that I was listening to him come out of his mouth.
Yep.
So how am I supposed to respond to that other than say, wait a minute, okay, this guy, because 27, that's shit I had. 27, shit, let me see.
I had a 5-year-old. No, I had 3 kids.
Man, I have 4 kids, bro. I think I had my 4th kid at 27 years old. I did. I was 27. I had my 4th kid at 27.
Yeah, I had 3.
So, I mean, damn, you know, and these dudes, this guy's 27 just now. Like, I mean, good luck. Like you said, the top 20% is greedy. I never thought about it like that. That's the first time I thought about it like that. But
yeah, it's been like that for a while.
That's true as shit.
That is another reason why.
It can't be nothing but 5s and 6s, and they still gonna take one.
Gonna smash them, and then box you out the game. Make that bitch wait in the corner. Man, I'm telling you, that's why when you heard him on Kevin Samuel's channel, it sounded so weird to people. They're like, "This girl really thinks she can get a nigga like that." Well, yeah, they coming through.
Wow.
Understand these concepts. And I had to learn it on my own. But until I turned 26, guess what? I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. And
but
I
that's
was putting,
okay, bro.
I know that's okay. I know that's okay, but I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, there's
bro, this man is 50 years old,
nah,
bro.
Dude want advice, but he talking more than he should be listening. That's what he trying to let us know. But we feel you. You try to, everybody want to talk a little extra to put that little disclaimer on it so that everybody don't just attack you. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. You might as well take the worst of it. And that's what rejection is. Like, how bad can it be other than a girl just punch you in the nose or something? Like, how bad can rejection be?
Right.
Like, if they kicking motherfuckers in the balls and punch motherfuckers in the nose, then it's like, okay, I got punched in my nose 2 days ago. I ain't gonna approach none today, right? But none of that's happening. If anything, she'll see you again, and hopefully you made that lasting impression, and then it'll be a little, one of those moments.
Right.
So, hey, man, you turn me down. Hey, man, I joke about it. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I told one, I said, yeah, they didn't want Mike Jones back then either. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. It's funny. It's a game. That's what they call it, game. This is a game. It's a game that we play with relationships and manipulation. That's what this shit's about. I'm not saying go out and manipulate everybody, but you have to manipulate. I had to manipulate this key into the door, or my house won't open. You see what I'm saying? It's not always a bad thing. People look at the words and just think of the worst that it could be, but that's what this is. It's manipulation. You're being able to manipulate your way to getting what you want. And I don't advocate for guys having a whole bunch of women. I'm not on here teaching polygamy.
Yeah, I don't need them.
I'm not teaching that. Now, I'm not saying that I won't ever be that. It's a long life to live, or a short one, but that's not what I'm preaching. I think a guy will be cool in his square with the physical, being a physical man, a masculine physical man, with one good woman that, I know it's not going to be popular, but that brings money into the household, Well,
I used to be against that, but I ain't gonna lie. 2023, nah, you got to come on with something. Them kind of like that days of the man paying all the bills. Them days pretty much done.
And them days
I
are
ain't,
over. Women
I
want
ain't with that.
everything to be equal, and I'm not advocating for the 50-50 thing. I don't know what portion of my girl pays every month. She knows what I pay. I make sure the mortgage is taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stuff
So
like that. You
she
know, you
knows
work
what
it
I
out however
pay.
you want to work it
Those
out.
little ass bills and shit. I mean, they're not little.
Right.
They shit adds up, but I don't look at those. That's how my households ran.
That's about normal. That's normal. Like you pay the, you know, I got the mortgage and the light bill. You can get all that other, you know, little
Yeah, with your
Netflix and
little
all them bills
phone and
like that.
little shit, you know, Amazon Prime and you know,
Right.
and then she gonna keep food in the house. Of course, I'll do some of that also.
Right.
She usually
That's
like to do
about
the
normal.
big Costco thing, and I do the because I cook a lot, so I do the little small veggies and shit. You know, I'll run and go get
Right.
the head of lettuce with the you know what I'm saying. I'll go get the small shit that has to stay fresh, and she usually
Right. Right.
do the Costco run. She fills up there. She like to get they got cheap gas, so she fills up. And you know, she usually do that, but no, we don't keep track of what's what. But I think it's extra that she can be able to do that, and it's less of a strain on me. You know,
I agree with all that. That's about normal. But that old female not paying nothing. Oh no, I wouldn't. These dudes, I wouldn't chance. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because women already got enough freedom as it is. They got enough choices. Man, you sit up there and she ain't got to pay no bills neither. Man, you setting up a hard situation.
Getting fucked over by the woman.
No, what my
That's what
point
we're
of
saying.
saying that is to get y'all to understand that there's a certain level of, and we're talking about this dude on Kendra G, right? There's a certain level of empathy, and you don't have to extend your hand out to that man, but that's all he needs is some direction. He has the foundation of where he needs to go. He just needs somebody to get in his corner and direct him, because he got a little speech thing. I got a speech thing too. I don't talk great.
So do I.
You know what I'm saying? So
T,
yeah.
Let me tell T. I understand what you're saying. T, like you know what it is. You need someone to want to help you in that. Like I'm not saying you, but it's just in general. It would have to be someone that actually gives a fuck about you, right? So
and don't nobody give a fuck about men's issues nowadays,
right,
or men, period.
Right,
there go that
like
shit.
it's my little brother, right? And I see him like, you know, acting like a little pussy or something. I'm gonna try to toughen him up because that's my little brother. I'm like, I want the best for him. So I think if you don't have that, like a role model or a bigger brother or uncle or cousin that could put you on to life, game, whatever you want to call it, then you kind of lucked out, and then you have to go through it on your own, right?
That's how a lot of men are. Yeah.
Right. It's right. So then, and what happens is, what happened with me was, I started to notice a lot of patterns with women. So similar to what Marcus was saying. Okay, the do's, the don't. Through failure, I got better, and then once I started to realize, there has to be like some type of science behind this shit with women. And then when way back, I think the first red pill or manospheric type shit I saw was the bald head black dude in New York. What's his name?
Oh,
Alpha
you talking Alpha Male Strategies?
No.
AMS?
No. I saw found him.
Come on, man.
2018, 19.
Come on,
but before
man.
him, it was the other
You know
dude.
it.
He was like a pickup artist.
Oh, Mr. Macario?
Yeah, that was the first dude that I saw. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, they got strategies to pick up. You know, I'm a young dude in my early 20s at the time. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, okay, you'll be interested in it because, you're a young guy. You want to talk to women. You want to bag all the women you run into, right? Even though that's not possible. But then I started to grow more interest in the manosphere and everything. But you can't take everything to heart. Like, you take the good what you think fits you, because like AMS, I like AMS, but certain things I don't agree with. But,
yeah. But that's the type of what you're talking about is the type of conversation that we should be having with that dude, right? It's because clearly, like, that's why I dropped the video, the link in the chat. That video is 3 years old. Kevin Samuels talking to quote unquote incels, right? And he's keeping it straight with him. He's not babying them or anything, but he's having the conversation. He's showing empathy. He's showing like, all right, I'm gonna have the conversation with you, but I'm gonna still put my foot on your neck and tell you that you got to do better. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I see the disconnect at a little bit.
Because you know what? Not everybody.
Go ahead.
I was saying not everybody grew up with a cool uncle or like some kind of dude who could give them that info. Like in my life, I had those dudes around, and I had older friends. But not everybody has like all the info, and also some of the stuff, at least in the beginning, most of it is like what we were saying before, self-improvement, and that aspect's not talked about enough. But at the end of the day, I think that's part of the RP is the self-improvement aspect. But if you don't have somebody in your life like letting you know how to Dr. Hood, letting you know how to be like a masculine man, then these spaces may be helpful to somebody like that.
So here's my pushback on that. Like, this is what I think is the most hurtful part about this. The most popular content creators, in my opinion, the way that they behave, that garners views and clicks, it will completely fuck you up in real life if you act any of those ways. You will not get the results you want.
But that's why I said. No,
it comes off. It comes off like I know, like, in dealing with women, I really understand how they think. So I know there was this whole thing where men be like, tone doesn't matter. I'm a man. I should be able to talk in any tone. Bro, that's not true.
Myron Gaines' talking point. That's actually not true. You need to.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, tone is important.
It's very important.
You got to be smooth, man. You know what I'm saying?
The difference between like an introduction in the beginning, it all boils down to tone. Because you gotta assess the situation and look at the environment. What I used to do, I'll look around and find something that we both could see in real time happening. Tap her, step back to give her space so I wasn't intrusive, and then smoothly talk to her so she felt comfortable. And as she started to grin, I'll move closer so we could, talk and keep it going. It's a game that you playing, and that shit is tone. That shit is presence. That shit is being aware. That shit is being witty. That shit is being comical. That shit is making her smile. All of that stuff.
Confidence.
It's confidence is everything rolled up in one. And it's not always going to hit. But once you get in your lane and perfect it, then you're going to be gravy. I talked about this before when I was talking about different cities and states and countries I've been to. And each city, state, and country got its own unique, I'm going to call it vibration. And you got to link into that vibration because that's what those women in that area.
Man, Marcus be on point, man. Me and Marcus need to do a fucking show, man, for sure. I think that'll be some dope shit. Just, getting down to the fundamentals, man, the basic fundamentals. But my little dude is fucking harassing me right now. Okay, so I gotta do this. I gotta tend to my legacy, but we ain't gonna leave y'all. We might even do a part 2. I'll leave it up. I'll pop a stream up if you guys just want to come join me to finish it off. I probably won't even label it, man. It'll just be Dr. Hood going up. If you guys is already subscribed.
If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, get the fuck out of my chat room.
It's that crack. It's that crack music. We got money, so we fucking off. We fucking off. Yo, we fucking off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. We fucking off. We got money, so we fucking off. Niggas tripping, get their head fucking blew off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. Rolling nice cars, yeah, we fucking off. We handle our business, but we still fucking off. Every fucking weekend, yeah, we fucking off. Got our bitches mad at us cause we fucking off. Real hood niggas, yeah, we fucking off. We ain't fucking soft, yeah, we fucking off. Run up and get your head fucking blew off. Yeah, we fucking off. Yeah, we rolling cars. Yeah, we rolling dice. Yeah, we fucking off. Tryna blow stacks. Nigga Rolex. Young Dewey in the hood with them throw tracks. Yeah, I maintain. Yeah, I'm ducking off. When it's hot, cause I'm fucking off. I was fucking off. Now I'm fucking. We got money, so we fucking off. We fucking off. Yeah, we fucking off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. 20 racks on my chain, I'm fucking off. Wheels way too big, I'm fucking off. Doors up on the whip, I'm fucking off. Cop said my watch is too big, can I take it off? I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. I blow a whole zip, nigga, I'm fucking off. I got a bad bitch, nigga, I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. She suck my dick until I'm fucking soft. She say I'm worth it. She say I worked it. I'm just fucking off. But she say I'm perfect.